Larry King, and they don't come any better than Neil Rogers.
I was riding on a train to Austin, Texas, when a very lovely lady sat next to me. When she got up to eat, she asked if I would hold her sight.
Rectum.
I was more than happy to, and now there's more I'd like to do. I want to kiss her, but
Rectum.
she won't let me. I want to whisper sweet nothings in her ear.
Rectum. Rectum. Rectum.
I want to hold her behind.
All right.
Closed doors and more. I want to kiss her, but she won't let me. When she returned, she said she was an actress. She showed me an album of pictures of her opening, which she'd been sitting on.
Rectum.
She seemed as sweet as she could be, but I could clearly see she was the kind of girl who stole men's hearts, then wrecked them.
Rectum.
I want to kiss her, but she won't let me.
Huh?
I want to whisper sweet nothings in her ear.
Rectum.
I want to hold her behind.
Rectum.
Closed doors and more. I want to kiss her, but she won't let me.
Damn it, I missed the button that time.
Well, I'll
Crap.
never forget
Jesus.
that train ride down to Austin.
Jesus. A lot of good Jesus in Italy, I hear.
We shared a seat, and we shared our tales.
Rectum.
But as my heart tries to leave her behind,
Rectum.
regrets are all I find. 'Cause I'd hoped I'd get that girl in the end.
Rectum.
I wanna kiss her, but
Rectum.
she won't let me. I wanna whisper sweet nothings in her ear.
Rectum. Rectum. Rectum.
I wanna hold her behind.
Rectum.
Closed doors and more. I wanna kiss her, but
Rectum.
I wanna kiss her, but
Rectum.
I wanna kiss her, but oh, she won't let me.
Now, what is it about that word that gets everybody so wiggy, huh? Rectum. What is the big deal with that word?
I don't know.
I mean, that's one of the words we can still say. There's Rob Marciano on CNN. He's got a twig or something branch.
A stick.
He's got... And wait till you see where he's going to stick it.
Rectum.
Oh, no.
Not in the mud.
Not Rob Marciano on CNN. Oh, that's bad. Anyway, don't get me started now, okay? You're an agent provocateur, and I know you're going to start. I can smell it.
Who, me? I'm ignoring you completely.
Good. Excellent. So yesterday, I must confess, I cannot tell a lie. I could lie just to piss Chris off, but I broke my May resolution, whatever it was.
Sugar fast.
Yeah. I had a Hershey's Almonds and Toffee candy bar. Just one, solamente uno, soltanto uno. But it was good. And, you know, to prove how addictive this stuff is, and it's a damn good thing I only ate the one when I came back in the house. Because if I would have eaten it like coming across the street from the market, I would have turned around and gone back, got 3 more. So that business that you were saying before the show to me about you're not sure if it's actually a physical thing or if it's mental or... it's physical. It's a physiological thing, man. When it hits your taste buds, it stimulates... Like with me, I don't know about anybody else. With me, I can go like hours and hours to eat nothing. I'm not hungry at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll have like anything, even bacon, even something that's not carbs. And all of a sudden it stimulates my appetite and I become voracious. I mean, I'm hungry as a wild man. Manja, baby. That's just the way it is. So you continue convincing yourself that it's only psychological and that we're all weak, and it doesn't make any difference.
Whatever,
You got to get some strength, baby. Stay alive.
Right.
Let's keep the fat people alive. That's our goal.
You let a chemical take control of your body.
Yeah,
control
like
your
a drug
actions.
addict.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a drug addict, like a booze hound,
Doesn't
like
matter
an
what-
alcoholic.
Exactly.
Well, there you go. Different substances for different folks.
That's right.
By the way, I apologize. Too many rectums in the beginning of the show, but I figure why the
Can
hell
there
not,
really
you know?
be too many?
I guess not. I mean, there's so many a-holes running around on the loose anyway, so why the hell not? All the rectums all the time. What's that voicemail where the guy says rectum? You know what I'm talking about? The real sour old... Oh, yeah, here he is.
Neil Rogers, I think, is the perfect example of queer. What is his purpose for his new show, or his ugly show? He uses that word rectum every 5 minutes.
This guy's reading.
That's where his brain is. He's never going to get past the
Yeah,
South
he's reading.
Florida audience because the town and the people that he's always complaining about are the only fools.
That was on the next line.
Of day. Eventually, his ratings will drop so low, he'll have to readjust his rectum.
All right.
Oh, hey,
very
he
good.
was
And he
was
wrote it out,
prophetic.
and he
Look
read
at that.
it, and yeah.
Your ratings are so low.
Yeah, that's right. They are pretty bad. They're pretty weak. But you know something? That 5.5 is still the highest number on the station, in spite of what some people are going through, sugar withdrawals or whatever, going through hyperglycemic fits, are babbling around the building, who can't read the numbers. See, you know, one thing about me, and you know this, when you're talking about statistics, and it's like in sports, you know, your batting average or your, whatever it is, your one lost record. You can't lie about it because it's right there. It's in print. It's available. People can look it up, and there it is. And, oh, gee, somebody was lying about that. So I mean, I'm not saying I would never lie about anything. I sure as hell would. But not about numbers. One thing about ratings, either you've got them or you don't. And let me also say one other thing. A rating book means very little. Because knowing how the diaries go and how we get these wired diaries and skewered in, you know, 2 or 3 families, and there's like 3 or 4 people putting down, oh, we listen to so-and-so every day, every minute of the day, or such and such a station every day. It reminds me when I told you this story before. It's really classic. WRHC, which was a daytime Spanish language radio station. I don't know if there's still any daytimers on the air on AM. There must be somewhere.
I don't know, college stations maybe.
But in other words, it was on from sunrise to sunset. And, of course, that changes every month depending on the time of the year. So they would sign off, like, say, in the wintertime at 5 or 5:30 in the evening. And the Julios who would get the diaries, they would put down ditto, 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 and they would put down, they were listening all the way till midnight every day. The only problem is the station would be signing off the air 5:30 or 6 o'clock at night. So if anybody had any doubts that there was such a thing as wired, phony diaries, that's just the way it works. And sometimes we get the benefit of it, sometimes we get screwed. That's just the way it works. So taking 1 month or one book and saying, oh, look, we got a story, we got a case, that's baloney. That's Bioni, man. I just mentioned that in passing for all these instant experts whose blood sugar is so high that they evidently can't even read the right numbers.
That was funny.
And of course, when you don't have any, it's kind of hard to talk about them. Anyway, Hershey's almonds and toffee. See, you didn't stop me there. You didn't interrupt.
Stop.
Almonds et caramel. See, I don't know anything about French. In Canada, like I've told you before, every product that has a label on it the label must be bilingual and bisexual.
Yes.
It must be in English and in Francais. And I don't know no Francais. I mean, I know maybe La Plume de ma tante, parlez-vous français, comment allez-vous, muy bien, merci.
Yeah.
No, not muy bien. That's Spanish. How do you say? Huh?
What do you say, what?
How do you say in French very well?
You're
Muy
asking
bien
me?
is, yeah.
I don't know.
Is it muy bien Spanish?
Yes. I don't know
Or
how to say it
bueno?
in French.
Yeah.
Bueno.
Muy bueno. That's the same
Bon.
in French?
I know in French, good is bon. Bon.
Bonjour.
Yeah.
No, bonjour is
beaucoup,
Italian. See,
you know.
it's all the same crap.
Yeah,
Why can't all these people speak English and make it easy for us?
That's right. Exactly.
We're so lazy. We don't want to learn
That's
another
right.
language.
Well, I did learn another language, and it was English. So if I can do it, anybody can.
Yeah, I agree with that. Almonds et caramel. Chocolat au lait crémeux avec. Avec I know means with. See, there's another word I know. Avec. From the hockey games I used to listen to in French. Avec. With René Lecavier from Montreal. Oh, God. Don't get me started on the French. And then on the bottom here, I could read the contents in English and then in French. I think that's what we ought to do is make everybody in South Florida learn Francais. Because when the frogs come down from Montreal, from Quebec, in the season, then you can get all cozy with them, you know, with their Speedos and all the other crap. Oh, God. Yeah. Exactly. Disgusting, nasty, cheap. Parlez-vous get lost. That's the best thing to tell the frogs when they come to Dania and Hallandale and places like that, and Hollywood. In fact, probably not far from where you're hanging out.
Right.
Just send them back to Quebec. We don't have a lot of frogs here in Ontario, thank God. I don't think they're allowed when you come right, except maybe in Ottawa. See, Ottawa's right there, I think, on the fringe between Ontario and Quebec, between the provinces. So even though it's the capital of Ontario, it nevertheless has got plenty of frogs. Parlez-vous? Yeah. It just goes with the territory. Oh, guess who died? Diego Corrales, speaking of Julio's.
Huh?
I have no idea who he was, but he's dead. He's a former world champion boxer who scored one of the most memorable knockouts in boxing history. He died yesterday in a 3-vehicle accident near his Las Vegas home. Did I mention it's Woodbine Tuesday and I'm going to have a Woodbine Thursday? Not on the air, I didn't, did I? Well, it is.
No.
You have a gambling problem, Neil.
Yeah, no, you've got a mind-your-own-business problem. Anybody who would call me and tell me that. Mind your own business. I have no gambling problem. But, we got every 5 minutes there's some other yenta out there telling us all how to live our lives. That's one thing. That's the worst thing about the condo commandos. They can't mind their own business, basically because they have no business.
I have no life.
Right, so they got to mind everybody else's business, sticking their nose in your business. Sticking their nose in your...
Rectum.
And not liking the odor either, probably not. Corrales was driving a 2007 Suzuki 1000 motorcycle traveling northbound on Fort Apache Road in the southwest part of Vegas when it inexplicably struck the back of a 97 Honda Accord. Las Vegas police spokesman Sergeant Tracy McDonald said, inexplicably. McDonald said the motorcycle careened into the southbound lane. At some point he was tossed off the bike. A 2004 Mercedes-Benz traveling in the southbound lane was unable to brake in time. McDonald said the driver, who was not identified, was unable to avoid striking the motorcycle and possibly the operator of the motorcycle also. Diego Corrales lived in an ex-Games lifestyle, his promoter Gary Shaw said. He was a true warrior. He did everything hard and fast. He loved anything to the extreme, and now he died an extreme death. He died an extreme death on his motorcycle. He was only 29. And he probably wasn't even fat. I'm sure he wasn't. That's why I keep saying that to try to get Chris under. So I cheated on the thing, but you know something? So I didn't beat myself up about it. And my blood sugar is nice and low this morning. I'm still alive, and I sound like me. I feel great. I'm ready for a big Woodbine Tuesday and Woodbine Thursday. Because we get out of here. By the way, did somebody straighten Clarence out on the ball game time and give him a spanking about it?
Yeah, I told him. He said he'll...
What did he say? I'd like to know what he said.
He basically said, yeah, I know about that. I'm taking care of it.
He's taking care of it?
Yeah, maybe
somebody needs to take care of him. Somebody needs to get out the old... What do they used to beat with a... what do they call those things?
A stick?
No, not a stick. A switch? Oh, yeah, a stick. A switch, that's it. They need to get out a switch and beat his ass. I mean, that Clarence. Can't even get the damn ball games on. I mean, come on, Clarence, will you please? We got the one day of the year we get out of here at 11:30. That's probably why he's upset. Now, if we had a UM basketball game on that he was on, then he'd be all excited about it. Oh, yeah, hoops. We got Canes hoops. I think we ought to subtract that from the ratings, from whatever in the winter book. Subtract those 2 days, please. It's all you, Clarence. Thank you. I bet if we had anything more than I'd be shocked on those 2 days. But nevertheless, and Mad Dog also got hammered with that, too. He got hammered with it. I hear that 4 to 5 hour. Whose idea was that, by the way?
Oh, God.
Thanking you for calling the Sheriff Pro Toilet Paper Abuse Hotline. Please to be recycling your TP. You know, TP does have two sides. If you are wanting to report someone using 2 whole toilet paper squares when going paduki, please be pressing 1. If someone is using 3 squares of TP, please be pressing 3. And if you are knowing someone who is so ecologically irresponsible as to be using more than 3 squares, someone who thinks his paduki doesn't stink, there to be a serious medical problem with them. What is wrong with you people? In my country, we don't even have toilet paper. We don't even have toilets. All we have is a stick and a hole in the ground we call Pakistan. Ashamed of yourselves you should be. Thank you for calling.
I'll tell you who knows their teepee, man. You know who it is?
No.
The Indians. They know from teepee, believe me. Yeah, I think I was thinking about that yesterday. I was thinking that if there was a God, nobody would ever have screaming diarrhea. You know what I mean?
What if it's a cruel God? What if you think
no,
that's
he isn't.
funny?
This God man invented is a sadistic bastard like the people who invented him.
Sure.
A sadist of the worst kind. That's why he's always getting pissed off. And we got the plagues, we got the bubonic plague, and we got the locusts, and we got the floods, and people are drowning and dying over here. And he just gets pissed off. His wrath waxes hot, even though he's supposed to be perfect, you know.
Ooh, hot wax.
House of Wax with Vincent Price. And then they remade that, too, and I have no idea
They remake
why.
everything. They have no imagination.
What is wrong with these people? They remade... That would be a good poll. We've done it before, but I do like that. The worst remake... The most needless remake or the worst remake movie?
Sure.
Like When a Stranger Calls? Psycho?
Psycho, right.
Cape Fear?
Mm-hmm.
All of these...
Kiss Before Dying.
Things. Kiss Before Dying. Yeah, Robert Wagner was really good. Boy, he... Well, I don't want to go into it. It's too...
Gay, yeah.
As they say in Paris, gay avec. Okay, let's take a look at the... let's not start with that French stuff, okay? Let's try to have at least one station in the market where somebody speak it Inglés. Speak it Inglés. We got a new deal now. It started yesterday. We got callers calling in Espanol. That's a new thing. That's how bad things are getting in South Florida. Even on an English language radio station, maybe that's what we ought to try to do. Bisexual and bilingual.
Sure, work for Que Pasa USA.
Que Pasa USA, that's my buddy, Rocky Echevarrio, a.k.a. Stephen Bauer.
We call the show Que Pasa Neil Rogers. Neil Rojes.
Neil Royes. Mr. Royes, the Toastmaster is not supposed to give his opinion. Yeah, those are back in the American. Yeah. That's an actual call from some old bitch. Some old Julieta bitch. Mr. Royes, the Toastmaster is not supposed to give his opinion. I said, I got an opinion, honey. Up yours, bitch. Get lost. What's the best thing Italy's given the world? And, you know, I got a very hostile email on my MySpace about that, saying Leonardo da Vinci wasn't good enough. I think Larry was the guy's name, whatever his name was. I apologize. What?
Nothing. All these people faxes were coming in, you know, it's stuff we forgot.
It's just for fun. It's just, I mean, these people, you get all ripped up about the poll. No, we don't. We don't give a flying fart about it. How do you like that? And if we did, Joyce would get pretty pissed off about that, about flying farts, especially if they fly on the air. Whoop. And he also said, how about Leo DiCaprio? And I just messaged him back. I said, no Leos allowed. And that kind of like was a catch-all, you know. It took care of all that business. No Leo da Vinci, no Leo DiCaprio. I always think of them in the same, you know.
Oh, yeah.
What's the best thing Italy's given the world? 1,341 votes. Great food, 499. I mean, nothing even close. Mangia. You know, one thing, you'll find some people don't like Chinks Chinese food, and some people don't like, you know, various kinds of food, seafood. But have you ever met anybody who doesn't like Italian food?
Thinking, no.
Chris?
No.
It's just, I never heard of any such person. Anybody out there who doesn't like Italian food?
First of all, what's not to like? Pasta, tomato sauce, and cheese.
Pasta, pizza.
Right.
Veal.
Pizza.
All for me.
All of these things.
Oh,
Great
veal.
food, $4.99. Oh, yeah, veal parmesan, veal marsala, veal whatever. Amatriciana. Sophia Loren, 165. Speaking of luscious things, so the heteros would say. All you heteros out there. Feeding the early Christians to the lions, 159. And they did a very poor job of it, which is why we have so many goyim in the world today. The Renaissance, 113. The Mafia, 91. Should have been much higher than that. The Mafia, only 91. And you know, there were some people who would say, oh, the Mafia is something bad.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
See, even the Mafia liked their good food. Man, they loved it. Mangia. Mom ate a little supper. The Roman Empire, 58. Michelangelo and his art. Hey, Michael.
You fairy.
Angelo, 45. Awesome Ancient Ruins, 45. Next time you go to Rome, George, you're going to really be impressed when you go to Il Colosseo.
Can't wait.
I mean, it's really a shame. I don't think that anybody... This is the problem with so many parochial people in South Florida who don't have una pasaporta and don't go anywhere.
Or a dime.
You know, or a dime to go there. Well, you know, hitchhike across the
Yeah,
land.
yeah. Oh, I've heard hitchhike.
There's a flotilla leaving at about 2 this afternoon. Right after
take
the show.
my tube.
I'll be on the way to Woodbine. You can be on the way to Italia. Mangia. I'll give you all the good trattorias to try out. Galileo, 44. He didn't know squat. That's what the Pope used to say. And then the Pope said, well, I changed my mind. Changed my pantaloonies and I changed my mind. He never changed those red slippers, though, I'll tell you that. Even when they schlepped him around there, the slob on the slab. They schlepped him around. He had those little tiny red slippers on, just like a real
You fairy.
fag. Sergio Leone's Spaghetti Westerns, 37. See, there's spaghetti even in the movies. See, everywhere you look with Italy, it's food. We left out cannoli when we were reciting all the great Italian food. Cannolis and panzottis and all that stuff. Christopher Columbus, 15. Is that the good, the bad, and the Neil Rogers?
Yes.
That's what it is.
Since you mentioned spaghetti westerns.
I know. Cheese is 14, as in Jesus Christ. A beautiful language. See, you know, Charlie, this poll wasn't that bad, actually, but I mean, A beautiful language with words like arrivederci. What's beautiful about that word? Is that a beautiful word? It's actually a very hard word. It's got the hard C in there. Chi. Arrivederci. See? Chi?
What's wrong with chi?
Roman numerals 11. That's another stupid one. What's the big chimness with Roman numerals?
Oh,
If you
you
just
get
had regular numbers. What would be
the
wrong
right numbers
with
with letters.
Fine opera 11. Right-wing bastardos like Mussolini and Berlusconi 9. Pavarotti 6. Oh, I love saying that. Pavarotti. You can really roll your R's on that. You get like a real buzz off of that. Pavarotti. Just keep trying it. Everybody with me. Pavarotti. Uh-oh. And Julius Caesar only 5. He's still dead. He was betrayed. Just like we've been betrayed here at WQAM. You know, I mean, betrayed by some of our close personal fat friends.
That was fun.
No, it's not a big deal. Just a lot of people with big mouths and big poopics. And, you know, when your blood sugar gets to be over 700, you start waddling around saying a lot of really stupid things. And then people come into our studio early in the morning before the show, and they repeat those things. And we get very ornery and hostile. And we start, you know, going on the offensive and on the attack and talking about...
That was funny.
No, seriously, we need to have a campaign to keep him, resuscitate him and keep him alive. I didn't see Hank on the Derby thing on ESPN on Friday or Saturday, but we had a spy report from your friend Joe, and he said, you know what he said? He said,
oh, my God.
Yeah, we need to do something. I think what you need to do is shackle him, huh?
I was just going to say, because that's the only thing that we didn't do to the other
shackle
fat friends or family
like
members.
They just can't control,
Lock them in a dungeon somewhere.
Like Joan Crawford did with her kid. You know, she tied the hands behind the back and that kind of thing. Although, even with fat people, they could open the refrigerator. Of course, he doesn't have any food in the refrigerator. It would be kind of embarrassing to go in a restaurant with your hands tied behind your back and eat off the plate with just, you know, with your head. Like.
No, it wouldn't.
I guess you're right. Where there's a will, there's a way.
You walk a life homosexual.
Here's the story of a football family that you'll get when you nail a lot of girls. You can give your lady gold or some diamonds, but don't release your pearls. Here's the story of that Tom Brady who was busy giving every girl a bone. Then one of them said he'll be a father, but she was not alone. Then came one day when Tom Brady read the tabloids, and he knew too many tight ends had been touched. Now he's just months away from a football family, impregnated when they rode the Brady junk. The Brady junk, Tom Brady spunk. They got laid and all knocked up by Brady's spunk.
He's got the power, that Tommy boy. It's 10:31 at 560 WQAM. We have 864 votes on our current poll, and you know what I'm going to do? I tell you what I'm going to do.
Tell me.
I'm sure that's what Jimmy Durante used to say.
Tell you what I'm going to do.
Tell you what I'm going to do. I think that was him. Maybe not. Probably not. But then again, that's 100 years ago, and who the hell, other than Chicken Neck, who else would remember that? Maybe he'll send you a message and say, yeah, that was Jimmy Durante. Inka-dinka-doo. Was he a talent or what? No. Right place, right time. And now he's dead. 864 votes, and what I'm going to do is when we get to 1,000, I'm going to change the poll, because thanks to Fat Eric, Eric's been doing a stellar job lately. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you, even though George and Chris don't.
Hey, now.
I can't say it anymore, but I appreciate him.
Cutest baby-faced fat man I know.
What about Eric?
There's another one while we're trying to save Chris's life over here.
Why, is he still fat, Eric?
Eric, I don't know. He was losing weight, but you know how that goes. When you weigh 500 pounds.
He doesn't weigh no 500. He's not an ounce over 480. Now, what do you think the humper's weighing in at on that meat scale? 868 votes. When we get to 1,000, I'm going to change the poll, and you won't even have to worry about it, because what I started to say is Eric's already got the new one up there, and I like the new one very, very, very much. The current one here, which I'm just getting to finally right now, it's not so good. You probably like it.
I
do?
You
like it? Let me say it again.
Maybe I do. You like it? Maybe I do.
Be honest, are you an online music pirate? That's the poll question. Charlie B. sent us a new bunch of polls today, and I already threw two of my, out of the three, Schmidt canned two of them. Charlie, you're really falling off the wagon on these polls, man. And not that we don't appreciate your very fine efforts, but it's important. We don't want to have to do stuff that sounds a little bit too much like work, especially with my summer schedule coming up very soon. Oh. 868, be honest, are you an online music pirate? Never was, 414. Never was. That was me. I voted for that. Yes, but who isn't, 131. Not anymore, 115. Probably a lot of people got scared. They used to, but now they're scared because they read about all their friends getting, fined and going off, being let off in shackles and stuff. What is a switch? Is a switch like a thing from a bush?
It's a thin, flexible branch from a bush. Yeah.
I saw a nasty thing from a bush on that MySpace page yesterday. Oh, scary.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't let me forget about the Queen and George W.
Oh, the Queen.
Yeah, she is such an uptight, nasty, rotten bitch.
Yep.
Oh, even when I'm like sympathizing with him, which is almost impossible for me, but I'm thinking, at least he came up with a clever line and a little bit of a comeback and tried to cover up his usual gaffe. We'll get to that. Not anymore, 115 on Stealing Those Music Pirate. I always pay to download music, 62. Yes, but I see it as getting back at the greedy recording industry and its artists, 59. Well, what kind of a rationalization is that, There's nothing worse than people who do grotesque things and then they rationalize their aberrant behavior.
But
yes, and I don't care if it does threaten the future of the music industry, 55. Well, at least they're being honest.
Right.
They're just thieves, that's all, and they don't give a crap. Yes, but I feel sort of guilty doing it, 25. And this one, which I don't even really understand it.
Come on now.
I prefer to steal music the five-finger discount way, 8. In other words, just stealing it, lifting it.
Stealing the CD.
Right. But the discount way, what does that mean?
That five-finger discount means shoplifting,
Five-finger discount means shoplifting?
Yeah, 5 fingers on a hand.
Well, we'll diagram it for you if you want. I'll draw you a picture.
Oh, man.
Put my hand on a piece of paper and trace the outline.
I learn something every day on this show. This Chris, man, he is about as informative as it gets. How the hell can we avoid a 45 share when we got a guy like Chris to inform me 5 fingers on a hand?
Well, I'm just wondering how you've been around for 60 years and never heard of it.
Because in the olden days, they didn't have that.
Well, I never heard that before, 5-finger discount.
When you're old, you don't stay up to date on the current slang,
Yeah, and the old farts don't stay up to date on the current shoplifters.
He's still saying hubba, hubba, hubba.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
And that's the skizziest, daddy-o.
And once in a while, we'll say,
hubba, 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 hubba.
That, too. 875 votes on what I consider to be a very marginal poll. So let's get it up to 1,000, and then we can get it out of there. Look at this phone so far today. Boy, it's pretty quiet. Yesterday was really quiet. I think you know what's happening now? I think it's the post-mortem.
Yeah.
No, seriously, because Pesach and what's the other one? And Easter are gone. And I think people, now it's going to be 120 degrees in the shade. People are when in doubt, they're starting to bail out.
Cool last night. It was all cold.
Let me say it again.
Cool today.
This is the time of the year. Oh, it's beautiful here, man. It is so beautiful. The sun is shining. We're getting those nice spring days. You know what I mean? The early part of the spring. Where it's like in the, let's see, it's already 66, going to be 77 today. And you know what 77 makes me think of, don't you?
WABC!
Right. That's what I think of. 77, but nevertheless. Just beauteous and sunshiny. A great day for Woodbine, by the way, Woodbine Tuesday. You have a gambling problem. No, I don't, but you go ahead and think whatever you want to think. Here's our always great call on line 9, QAM. WQAM, hello.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Neil?
Yes?
I'm 62 years old, and we had 5-finger discounts when I was a kid in Michigan.
I never heard of it.
Never heard of it?
No.
Well, that's probably because you didn't ever take advantage of the discount.
That's true. No, I'll take that back. When I was in college, I shoplifted. I did.
There is a little larceny in everybody at some point.
That's correct. At least I'm honest enough to admit it.
Hey, have a great day, buddy.
Okay, and you too. I'm dishonest enough to admit it. No, I told you this story many times before. We had these big ROTC, R-O-T-C, Reserve Officer Training. I think it was mandatory in college.
Yep.
And so they had these big ROTC coats we'd wear in the wintertime. And you go into the Cunningham Drugs, and you'd steal inane things like suntan lotion. Like in the middle of December, well, first of all, in East Lansing, when the hell were we going to use suntan lotion in the first place? But in the middle of the wintertime. But it was just, I don't know, it was just easy to slide off the shelf into the big pockets you had in your ROTC coat. I don't know why, just because we could.
Sure.
Why does a dog lick its privates? Because it can, and the same thing here. Why do we shoplift crap that we didn't need? And because we could.
Right. I did as a child, but only essential materials and up until I got a job.
Such as what? Like food?
Like pens and food. Food and school supplies.
School supplies, as Bobby Benson would say in One-on-One. School supplies.
Pencils and pens and
things. You think he still talks like that? School supplies. Like a Robbie Benson. Like a 10-year-old child.
Oh, I don't know.
When you get to be 50 and you still talk like a 10-year-old child. Yeah, ask him next time you see him if he's stealing school supplies. 893 votes. We're going to get to 1,000 lickety-split, if I can say that. Makes me think of that photo again. Oh, so speaking of your president and the queen, and I'll guarantee you there's more than, not just Karl Rove, but there's more than one queen in that White House. So yesterday, and I'm sure most of you have seen this, George hadn't even seen it. Now, Chris, I bet, has seen it. They showed that clip of him making the gaffe about her being the great friend of the America, blah, 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 and helping celebrate the bicentennial in 1976. You saw that, didn't you?
No, actually.
Oh, well, I saw it. I saw enough to compensate for both you guys, because they showed it at least 50 million times. And he said 17, and then he did catch himself 1976, and she had like a little. Like you said before the show, George, she curled her lip a little bit.
Yeah.
That's her wry humor. She curled her upper lip a little bit. Don't touch the Queen.
Remember what I said before the show about the Queen?
Yeah, well, we can't say it on the air.
That.
At any rate, so your president finally came up with a pretty decent line. He says, she gave me a look that only a mother would give a child. And because after he stopped and he looked at her after he knew he had made that gaffe, he said 1976, and he paused and he looks at her and said, "Go ahead, in her constipated voice. You Brits out there, they're still bowing down to the Queen. It's the wrong Queen you're bowing down to.
Neil, God!
That's the only Queen you ought to be bowing down to, for Christ's sake.
Neil, God!
And be sure and curtsy when you do it. God, is she a nasty, evil, constipated bitch. And we got a whole nation of people. Mm-hmm. And to think that this country that my ass is sitting in right now, we got her picture on the currency, on the $20 bill, that bitch.
Embarrassing.
Humiliating and
sad.
Degrading. Her Majesty the Queen. And you wonder why the world is screwed up?
Brave young men who shave their chests, spray 3M to mount fake breasts, trim their nests with burning pain,
you fairy,
so they can be queen for a day, with wig placed upon their head, smooth nylon lace and a slutty dress, rouge on their cheeks and body spray. Now they're ready to play queen for a day, stumbling out in 5-inch pumps to go hobbling about the clubs in the hope of getting laid, so they can feel
you fairy
like a queen for a day, meeting friends at the cabaret for the Judy Garland cavalcade. Wristband like this, so femme and babe, floating on the stage, queens for a day, encountered by a drunk sports fan who says, "Hey baby, I wanna be your man." Grabs a clump, but he won't complain. It's a day till May, with the Queen for a day.
All right. 10:46, 14 before 11. Let's take a look before I read this ridiculous fax here that you just passed along to me.
No.
You know, I always wondered who this Chronic Ray guy is. This is University Dodge again. It's where Kimba works. So it's some Ojean provocateur
Maybe it's
down
him.
there. What is it?
Maybe it's Kim.
No. Why would he put the name Ray on there?
I'm kidding.
You're kidding? Now, what was I just going to say before that? Something very important, and you...
We were going to talk about what a goofball the faxer is.
I beg your pardon?
We were talking about what a goofball the faxer is.
No, I wasn't talking about that. It was something about the freaking Queen. I don't know. God, it was probably the most important thing I've ever said. Oh, here's the schedule. What could be more important than that on Woodbine Tuesday?
The Thursday schedule?
Mad Dog at 2. Yeah, that's right. The Thursday schedule we like a lot better. Let's pretend today is Thursday, May 10th. What do you say?
See ya.
All right. Mad Dog at 2. 4 o'clock, you got the Power Hour with Mad Dog and Hank. I thought that up, by the way, and I'm really sorry I did. Humper between 5 and 6:30. We're going to be testing on the air today at about 5:30 to see if Hank is clinically alive. No, come on, it's just a bad joke. 6:30, Marlins on deck, and then 7:05, the Marlins and the Dodgers, followed by Game Night with Eddie the K on QAM. Okay, now this fax, Ray, says, you keep questioning who said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You may be thinking of someone else. Yes, I am. But one who always said that was Monty Hall during Let's Make a Deal. Yeah, I know that. Good Canadian Jewish boy, very, very, very wealthy. Gives a ton of money to charity. Great guy, Monty Hall. But that's not who I'm thinking of, because somebody said that way, way before Monty Hall or Let's Make a Deal. Somebody like Jimmy Durante. Tell you what I'm going to do. I don't know if it was him. Did the Chicken Neck ever respond to that or not? Or is he...
Not.
What do you mean not?
He did not.
Well, why not?
He's not online. I don't know what happened to him.
What do you mean he's not online? Is
He was there
online
for that
during
matter.
the show?
Yeah. He's
Is
in
he
our little
really? I never
chat
knew that.
room.
Till this day, I never knew that.
Of course you did. I keep telling you, Boca Brian says this, Boca Brian says that, and usually in response to some old-timer statement that you make.
Really? Well, I never knew he did it online.
Yes.
Well.
You think I'm on the phone with him over here during the show?
How the hell do I know? Maybe he's sending you a message in a bottle. I have no idea.
He's
like
sitting
Jim
on my
Croce.
lap.
Jim Croce's still dead, by the way. Yeah, maybe he's in your lap,
That's
like
right.
Jerry Mahoney and Paul Winchell. Paul Winchell's dead, by the way. Paul Winchell. An energy drink called cocaine has been pulled from stores nationwide amid concerns about its name, the company that produces it said yesterday. Clegg Ivy, a partner in Redux Beverages LLC of Las Vegas, said the company plans to sell the drink under a new name for now. They got to change the name. The FDA issued a warning letter last month that said Redux was illegally marketing the drink as a street drug alternative and a dietary supplement. May 4th was the deadline for the company to respond, which sounds like last, Friday. The FDA cited as evidence the drink's labeling and website, which included the statements speed in a can, liquid cocaine, and cocaine instant rush. The company says cocaine contains no drugs and is marketed as an energy drink. It's been sold since last August in at least a dozen states. Of course, we intended for a cocaine energy drink to be a legal alternative, the same way that celibacy is an alternative to premarital sex, Ivy said. Oh, give me a break. Oh, brother. It's not the same thing, and no one thinks it is. Our product doesn't have any cocaine in it. No one thinks that it does. Yeah, I think everybody thinks that celibacy is the same thing as premarital sex. Right. We think it is mostly legal in the U.S. to ship our product, he says. But that's why they're changing their name. Ivy said the FDA did not order the company to stop marketing the drink, but officials were concerned about possible legal action. They'll announce a new name within a week and hope to have the product back on store shelves within a few weeks. What we would like to do is continue. Tell you what I'm going to do. What we'd like to do is continue to fight to keep the name because it's clearly the name that's the problem, Ivy said. What we can't do is distribute our product when regulators in the states and the FDA are saying that if you do this, you can go to jail. Attorneys General in Connecticut and Illinois recently announced that Redux had agreed to stop marketing cocaine in those states, while a judge in Texas has halted distribution there. Our goal is to literally flush cocaine down the drain across the nation, said Connecticut Attorney General Richard Blumenthal, sounds extremely Jewish to me, who announced the company's agreement with his state on Monday. Our main complaint about cocaine is its name and marketing strategy seeking to glorify illegal drug use and exploit the allure of marketing speed in a can, as it's called, the product. Speed in a can. Speed in your can. Or something like that. 9:17, boy. Let's see, 10:51. I bet you by 11:30 we got our 1,000 votes, and then we can change the poll and put something good on there. Although, won't that be bad? Because then I'm going to have to start reading the result of the... See, that's not a good idea, is it?
No.
But then again, if we started early, then we can have like 1,800 votes on the poll for tomorrow.
Ooh.
Won't that be? And of course, since tomorrow's not Woodbine Wednesday and it's a regular 4-hour show like today, I'm not too happy about that, by the way. 2 complete 4-hour shows in a row. And as a matter of fact,
I know how you feel.
As a result of that, Thursday we're leaving at 11:30, come hell or high water. Now, what's the weather going to be on Thursday? I better during the break look up, make sure we're not going to have no rain out or something like that. That would be really bad.
That's why we need a covered,
We need a dome stadium, baby. Right. We need a dome stadium. We need the taxpayers to give $500 million to Jeffrey Lurie and David Sampson so they can go out and build a palace. Nobody will show up there because nobody really cares about the Marlins or about baseball or about any sport except football, but nonetheless. And about the basketball when they win the championship, but other than that. Talk about a phony market. Well, I got 2 stories about Democrats. Senator Hillary Clinton has increased her lead over the Democratic field in the race for the presidential nomination, according to a new CNN Opinion Research Corporation poll released yesterday afternoon. That's bad news, that ice princess. In the past month, Clinton's support among Democrats rose to 38% from 30%.
About 30, man.
While support for Barack Obama of Illinois dropped by 2 points to 24%. It's kind of silly because it's not even the middle of May yet of 2007. At least half the country doesn't even know who Barack Obama is yet. And once they start getting serious and talking issues and they start debating, he's going to, I'm not talking about that phony debate they had, a couple of weeks ago. He's going to run rings around her ass. She's probably already got rings around her ass. In fact, if you look at that picture of Laura Bush we got on that page there, well, former Vice President Al Gore continues to draw strong support even though he's not running. Gore and former Senator John Edwards each received 12%. Democrats appear to be very happy with their field of candidates, with 38% declaring themselves very satisfied, 46% fairly satisfied, 10% not very satisfied, and 4% not satisfied at all. 3% just said like that. Gornish Telfin. So here's the full results of this poll. Now, whose poll is it? CNN Opinion Research, yesterday afternoon. She's got, Swillery's got 38, Obama 24, Gore 12, Edwards 12. Richardson, a good guy from New Mexico, 5%, nobody knows who he is. Joe Biden, 2%. Chris Dodd of Connecticut, great guy, he's only got 2%, no chance. And poor little Dennis Kucinich, he's a little guy, he's got that bad hairpiece, he's got 1%. And Gravel's got asterisk. Kind of like we have, 11 to midnight at QAM on that point. I don't want to dwell on those ratings again, because then that same jackass will go, oh, you talking about the ratings again? Yeah. See, even when they're bad, we talk about them on this show. We don't make them up. We don't lie about them. We don't try to find some statistic. That's called finding a story in the business. Stations that have no numbers, they always find a story. Like if they had a 0.1 in the previous book and they had a 0.2 in this book, we doubled our audience in the winter. Yeah. We'll pack you a salami sandwich. We're really proud of you. Disillusioned supporters of President Bush, by the way, are defecting to, guess whom? Barack Obama. As the candidate with the best chance for uniting a divided nation, and they happen to be absolutely correct. Here's a guy. What's this guy's name? It didn't print out. Anyway, it doesn't make any difference who he is. He's switching his support to Obama. Member of the Republican National Committee, one of many former Bush admirers who found the Democrat newcomer appealing. Matthew Dowd, Bush's chief campaign strategist in 2004, announced last month he was disillusioned with the war in Iraq and the president's my way or the highway style leadership. Although Dowd has yet to endorse a candidate, he said the only one he liked so far was Obama. I think we should design campaigns that appeal not to 51% of the people, Dowd said, but bring the country together as a whole. That's with a W, whole, not the W we got now. From 1776. Maybe she was just pissed off standing there being next to him is why she didn't crack a smile, the Queen. Go on, go ahead.
Would you?
You Dumbo, you bozo. Bernstein is a champion of human rights who admires Obama's call for action on Darfur, while Dowd's opposition to the war has been sharpened by the expected deployment to Iraq of his son, an Arabic-speaking Army intelligence specialist. But last week, a surprising new name joined the chorus of praise for the anti-war Obama, that of Robert Kagan, a leading neocon and co-founder of the Project for the New American Century in the late 1990s, which called for the overthrow of Saddam Hussein. Kagan's an informal foreign policy advisor to the Republican Senator John McCain, who remains the favored neocon choice for the White House. But in an article in the Washington Post, Kagan wrote approvingly that a keynote speech by Obama at the Chicago Council on Global Affairs was pure John Kennedy, a neocon hero of the Cold War. How do you like that? Personally, I liked it, Kagan wrote, after somebody asked him.
Do you like it?
And he said, yeah, he liked it. How do you like that? You'll see, as the months go on, all this Hillary talk, they're going to realize what a cold, miserable, lying bitch she is, and all that war stuff, you know. She hasn't got a clue. If her last name was Jones, she wouldn't have a Chinaman's chance in purgatory. I'd say that right now. Hillary Jones.
Or Smith.
Schwartz. 933 votes on the poll. Next hour we're going over 1,000, then we're going to switch it. I don't care what you say. That gives us a chance tomorrow to have a tumultuous Wednesday. Oh, can you feel the earth shake from the, must be... I feel something. No.
That was
maybe
funny.
The thumper's in the building. I don't know. You got work hard to keep him alive, because based on Joe's facts, which I won't read on the air, was very cruel. But
I think he sounded concerned.
He was concerned, but it was cruel comments, you know, about bigger than a freight train and bigger than a house and sugar rushes and high blood sugar and things like that. You better do something about it. I'm putting Chris, write it down on the calendar. May the 8th, I'm putting George in charge of keeping Hank alive.
All right.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Soda and shampoo and coffee and water, gel candles and teething rings for your daughter. Dump out that duty-free case of champagne. These are the things you can't take on a plane. Cheese whiz and hair gel and lip balm and toothpaste. Clearer still, for all of those zits on your face. You have that sunburn but no solar cane. That's one more thing you can't take on a plane. At the airport, you'll be waiting. It may seem insane, while they make you throw out all of those things you cannot take on a plane.
If you're going to Gate 4, you'll find several homosexuals on the plane, and the Lord says it's a sin, and... Yeah.
So that guy got canned, by the way, Jethro.
Right. What I was trying to play
yesterday.
yesterday.
Look at this.
What?
Look at this. In the article today, they spelled his name different than the way they did yesterday.
You think that was a typo, Jethro?
I don't know. Maybe it was just too embarrassing. Maybe he changed it. An apologetic self-described prankster was fired yesterday after officials said they found out he used an airport's speaker system to play a Bible verse that offended a gay couple.
All you loud, obnoxious, screaming queens, go to gate 1 immediately, okay?
In fact, they probably can fly without the plane, is what he was suggesting. Isn't that what it says in Leviticus?
That's right.
Fairies can fly. Luggage attendant Jethro Monstein, 23, who worked for Superior Aircraft Services at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport for about a year, admitted he was responsible for playing the controversial message twice in the baggage area of Terminal 3 at about 12:45 a.m. May 1st. Monstein recalled using his cell phone to play a recording that said, if a man lies with a man as one lies with a woman, they should be put to death. The announcement came from Leviticus 20:13. See, I told you, all the nasty stuff's in Leviticus. He must have been anti-Semitic. Who the hell was Leviticus, by the way? Well, what does that mean?
I don't know if it was a he. I think it was a...
I know that, but I'm just saying. There was no Genesis and there was no Exodus. Maybe there was a guy named Exodus.
Maybe there was.
Anthony Needwicki, well, we know about him and his boyfriend. It was a death threat, he said. I appreciate the fact that police followed up on this. I just want to apologize to everybody who was involved, especially the couple, Monstein said at his Hollywood home, still wearing his work uniform yesterday afternoon. I didn't think it was going to hurt anybody. God. As Rick Weaver would say, now let's see, do we have that in there or not anymore? I don't know. Oh, yeah, we do.
You dummy.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Weaver would say. I was shocked and he was worried, Tertullian said. That's the partner. Denise Tertullian, aunt who lives with Monstein, said, oh, I see, said relatives were disappointed in him. Tertullian said the family was eating dinner Sunday when 4 investigators arrived and woke up Monstein to talk to him. Danny Pine, I wonder if he's kin to Joe Pine, co-owner of Superior Aircraft, a private company with more than 100 employees at the airport, said Monstein was fired yesterday and the company issued an apology to Needwicki and Hudson, the 2 boyfriends. Broward County Mayor Josephus Eggleton, Jr., held a news conference yesterday to announce officials had found the culprit, declined to say how Monstein was identified as the broadcaster. Oh, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't blame it on me or Imus or somebody with a big potty mouth like that.
All you faggots, you're going to hell.
You know, like that. Eggleton said the sheriff's office, see, it's okay if Ann Coulter says it because she's a right-wing Nazi bitch. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the times in which we live. Eggleton said the sheriff's office would turn the case over to the Broward State Attorney's Office to determine whether criminal charges ought to be filed. Oh, come on now. Let's lighten up just a little bit, okay? Yeah. Criminal charges, my ass.
Probably.
Monstein said a friend sent the verse to his cell phone. He said he played it over the intercom without considering the consequences and didn't know that a gay couple was in the airport at the time. I mean, wouldn't that be unusual to have a gay couple in the airport? Wow, especially in Fort Lauderdale. Airport officials will review policies in hopes of preventing another such incident, said Bob Bielek, interim director of the County Aviation Department. Things are all secure at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood. That's why you see little unattended kids running and opening up doors and noises going off and sirens and bells ringing and lights flashing and all of that
all of these things.
Crap. 9:48 on the poll. Chris is real excited to get to that 1,000 real quick. Now, let me ask you, do you like this poll? I think it sucks.
It's okay.
950. Certainly not one of Charlie B's better ones. The next one, though, is much better. And I'm itching. I'm just dying to change it. I'm almost ready to change it now, but I won't do it. Didn't I say we'll wait to get to 1,000?
Yes.
I don't know. Did you?
Well, the poll says, be honest. Are you an online music pirate? Be honest. Don't lie to us, okay? We're going to trace the IP address of all these votes, and we're going to come knocking on your door at 4 in the afternoon, and we're bringing that Jethro Monstein with us. And he's going to give you what for. He's going to tell you you're all going to burn in hell. Never was. Now, let me ask you, have you ever thought about this, that we are in hell?
Sure. It's crossed my mind.
Yeah. I bet you everybody thinks about that at some time in life.
Boy, since I moved to South Florida, that is, if that's what you mean.
No, that's true. I'm not in hell anymore, which proves you can get out. When in doubt, get out. Get the hell out. Never was an online music pirate, 453. Well, good for us. I stole other stuff, but not music. Yes, but who isn't 145? Not anymore, 126. Not since you started tracing the IP addresses. I always pay to download music, 67. Yes, but I see it as getting back at the greedy recording industry and artists, 65. That would be like going into Walmart and shoplifting a bunch of stuff, saying, I'm just getting back at these greedy Walmart people, you know? Am I right?
Right.
It's just rationalizing your own illegal, unacceptable behavior. You can't steal a bunch of crap. At least if you're going to steal some good music.
Right.
If they ever make any more. Yes, and I don't care if it does threaten the future of the music industry. 55 people who are very greedy but very honest. They don't give a crap. Yes, but I feel sort of guilty doing it 31. Sort of, kind of, a little bit. And I prefer to steal music the five-fingered discount way 8. I don't care what you say. I never heard of that before in my life. And the guy that called before was 62, almost as ancient as I am. So it's not an age thing. I just, it just never crossed my life. That's all.
Obviously, you didn't run with that crowd.
I did not run with the shoplifting crowd. That's for sure.
You ran with the gay crowd.
That's correct. They may have been putting their hands in a few pockets, but they had something else in mind.
Mm-hmm. They were lifting something entirely.
They were lifting it, but they left it there afterward. I would hope. 9:56, on the poll. 44 more votes and we can get off of that thing. It really sucks, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. WQAM, hello.
Hello, gentle caller. How are you?
Gentle caller? Did
yes.
I call you?
You're calling up. People?
No, I'm not calling up.
Oh.
Did you call us?
Let me check.
Yeah. What can we do for you, sir? Oh, okay. I guess the pills didn't arrive today. Wow. 5670560. Pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. We got 5,000 people left in South Florida for the rest of the summertime, and I guess they're kind of bored, which is good. At least it'll give them something to do. Because starting in the middle of June, it'll be a lot of George, baby. A lot of George. No tapes.
Damn it.
Well, I'm sure Jolly Joe is working feverishly on a way to,
I'm sure.
interject that. WQAM, hello.
Good morning. Neil, please?
Yes, sir, speaking.
There are no $20 British bills. They're 20 pounds.
Sir, I said Canadian bills I was talking about. Canadian bills, not British. I'm well aware of the currency in Europe, sir.
Oh, so it's not, so Canadian is not pounds, it's dollars?
That is correct.
Have a lovely day. I love your show.
In other words, you're just learning that Canada doesn't have pounds, they have dollars? Oh, he's gone. He's too embarrassed. What a bozo. No, we don't. I got pounds, all right, 188 of them on the scale, but those are the only pounds. In fact, we do have pounds here, not kilos. That's the thing that I find very bizarre, is that, like, here we're on the metric system, and most of the world is except the USA.
That's right.
But they do, no, actually they don't do pounds. They do kilos, but I've just never seen anything with kilos.
I'll send you some.
For example, the scale I got, it's in pounds, and I bought it here. So, you know what I'm saying? At least be consistent, for Christ's sakes. Although the U.S. is the only stubborn bastards that don't do the metric system. The whole rest of the world, kilo is 2.2 pounds. Even I know that. And this guy, I'm a schmuck, okay? I'm a moron. He's called to educate me. You made a mistake. The British, there's no such thing as a $20 bill. They have pounds. Yeah, they got pounds, all right. Tons and tons of crap is what they got. Pounds. In fact, most of the Brits ought to be in the pound. Oh, I take that back because there's a lot of nice dogs in the pound. I take that back. Take the dogs out and put the Brits in there, in the pound. This is just amazing to me that there's so many parochial, stupid people in South Florida. This guy wouldn't know where to find Canada on the map with both hands, a flashlight, and a search party, and a compass. And 6 assistants. Put his ass on Jeopardy. There's a really bad show. The answer is... Well, I tell you, I used to like Alistair Beck when he was on Constipation or whatever that show was. And now I just despise him. He is such a pseudo-intellectual, which, of course, you got to be a pseudo to be on that show. That's the
he does
Don't
do one
tell me
thing
about Jeopardy. It sucks, okay?
All right, I was going to take a shot at it, but that's all right.
Go ahead.
He can't, because he's Canadian, you Canadians, and I guess he's from one of the French...
Well, what do you mean, you Canadians? I'm a Canadian?
Yeah.
You Canucks?
I guess he's from Montreal or wherever the Frenchies are.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I don't know where he's from. He's Canadian for sure. Yeah.
Anytime that a French word comes up, a French name or a French word, he has to say it in French.
Oh, I see. Just like some of the Spanglish newscasters
Montreal
on South Florida. Nicaragua. And they break into that all of a sudden like their tongue is going to...
It bugs me. It's like, okay, you speak French, Alex. We're very impressed. Just read the question, Paul.
Yeah, like that.
But that still doesn't mean
that you know it's nauseating, which proves bilingualism doesn't work.
Rock solid. He wants me to sing God Bless America and pasties and a G-string up here. I'll do it. All right.
Sitting at home watching the WWF. I got hair on my back and Coors on my breath. I got remote control. I got my Nintendo joystick. I'm so damn lazy. I married a pregnant chick.
Well, it's true I drive a Beamer and I play lots of golf. I wear polyester pants that I never take off. I go out to the bars and I try to be funky, but I don't fool anyone, 'cause me a honky.
Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky. Oh,
Madonna, and I think she's really hip. And that Julio Iglesias fella just makes me flip. I don't like Two Live Crew. They're just so darn dirty. My kids aren't allowed to listen until they turn 30.
My dad is my uncle, and my sister's my aunt. I'm enrolled in school just to get me a grant. I tell a lot of ethnic jokes. I think that they're funny. I got a bad sense of humor, 'cause me a honky.
Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky. Just a little too white. Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky. Just a little too white.
Look at me do the box step, Lovey. Look at this.
Hey, Ma, why don't you come over here and pull my finger?
11:18 at 560 WQAM. All the trailer trash all the time. 980 votes, boy. They're really starting to really move big on this. They want to get rid of this poll. I don't blame them. I do, too. Let's get up to that 1,000 so we can Schmidt-can. There's 983. They're starting to come in little chunks now. Got that song by Billy J. Kramer, Little Chunks?
Little what?
Don't play it.
All
Little
right.
Chillins. An Israeli archaeologist today said he found the tomb of King Herod. King Herod!
Oh, my God.
That and 40 cents will buy you about a third of a cup of coffee at Starbucks. King Herod, the legendary builder of ancient Jerusalem and the Holy Land, a potentially major discovery that capped a 35-year quest for the researcher. See, this is the kind of thing that people waste their money on, just like that royal banquet and the royal ball and the royal balls at the White House yesterday with the Queen. How much taxpayer money, how much of your money, folks, do you think went to was peed down the drain to put that extravaganza on, to feed the Queen? Crazy bastards. This is what goes on in the world, man. Hebrew University archaeologist Ehud Netzer, oh, I love that, Ehud, said the bomb was found at Herodium, a flattened hilltop in the Judean desert where Herod built a palace compound. Netzer has been working at the site just outside Jerusalem since 1972. He's been working feverishly. Netzer said the tomb was discovered when a team of researchers found pieces of a limestone sarcophagus believed to belong to the ancient king. Although there were no bones in the container, he said the sarcophagus's location and ornate appearance indicated it is Herod's. Sarcophagus, my ass. Yeah, sarcophagus.
Yeah, we will when you die.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm getting, I don't know. I'm getting embalmed.
I heard you were getting screamated.
You call me a screamer? It's a sarcophagus we don't see anywhere, Netzer said at a news conference. It's something very special. Netzer, who led the team, said he was not at the site when the sarcophagus was found. Dan, that's what a shame. Stefan Fan, an expert in the Second Temple period at the University of the Holy Land, called to find a major discovery by all means, but cautioned further research is needed. He said all signs indicate the tomb belongs to Herod. Well, give it back then. But said ruins with an inscription on them were needed for full verification. You be Herod? No. Wrong.
Harry, not Herod.
What is it?
Said, how's it going?
Harry. We're moving in the right direction. It'll be clinched once we have an inscription that bears his name, said Fan, a textual scholar who did not participate in the dig. Dig? The fragments of the carved limestone found at the sandy site are decorated with floral motifs but do not include any inscriptions. Herod became ruler of the Holy Land under the Romans around 40 B.C. That's why you got to go to Rome to see all the ruins, baby. It's old. It's old. It's craggy. And the old Italian women are saggy. The wall he built around the old city of Jerusalem during the time of the Jewish Second Temple is the one that can be seen today. He also undertook massive construction projects in Caesarea, Jericho.
That's Caesarea.
What is it?
Caesarea.
Caesarea?
Yes.
That's not, it rhymes like with diarrhea.
It's all right.
I don't like the way that sounds. Caesarea, Jericho. It's just Caesarea. It sounds like some kind of an illness. The hilltop fortress of Masada and other locations. Oh, Masada. There that is
That's
again.
Right.
Masada. Like Isabel de Casada. Whatever happened to her anyway? What was her name?
I have no idea.
Used to say Isabel de Casada. Oh, I hated her.
Hey, whoever's sending this man-tossed in garbage truck, we've gotten 5 faxes on it already from this
Go
guy.
ahead, send it up. Bring
no,
it on,
you can't read
baby.
it. You can't read it. They need to stop sending it. It's just
Do you have
black.
a copy that I can read?
No.
Well, then,
they need to stop.
Well, then why are you asking me that?
I'm not
you want
asking
them to stop.
you. I'm telling you the person to stop.
Stop. Who did that? The Holly? Stop.
Yeah,
You got it?
Yes.
It's long been assumed that Herod was buried at Herodium, but decades of excavations failed to turn up the site until now. The first-century historian Josephus Flavius described the tomb at Herod's funeral procession. Josephus Flavius. I wonder if he was kin to Bigus Nicus. When the hell does this thing start?
Right here.
See the girl with symbols on her fingers entering through the door.
Stop. I was just giving the name of the song. I was just saying to stop. But that's a good idea.
Good time,
anyway.
yeah.
It's long been assumed that the first century historian Josephus Flavius, brother to Biggus Wiccus, described the tomb in Herod's funeral procession. Herodium was one of the last strong points held by Jewish rebels fighting against the Romans, and it was, conquered and destroyed by Roman rulers in AD 71, a year after they destroyed the second temple in Jerusalem. Those Romans, man, they were killing the Christians and the Jews and everybody. Sounds like George Bush. Hebrew University had hoped to keep the find a secret till next year's news conference today, but the university announced the find in a brief statement late yesterday after the Haaretz Daily found out about the discovery, published an article on its website, Haaretz, another one of those Jews papers. You read the newspapers or the Jews papers? That's what I like to know. And when's the next Jewish holiday? You better get that sheet out again so I can take it off. I'm going to start taking all the Jew holidays off, and if they don't let me have them, I'm going to sue their ass.
All right. You're going to do their ass?
Can take off like on, May Day. 998 on the poll. 2 more votes. If I click this a couple more times, we get 999. Boy, this thing's moving along, you know what? Maybe we have a little bit of the audience back. I doubt it, though. Maybe it's all that big QAM promotion, you think? And you notice not one word has ever been spoken, like when Jolly Joe called me on Friday. I don't even utter that word because it's just utter nonsense, you know? It's
promotion?
Utterly ridiculous.
Advertisement?
Oh, look at that, Chris. Chris is singing a song and rolling along. 1,000 votes. Okay, let me print it out. I'm going to print it out, and I'm going to change it. Won't this be exciting? It's not even 11:30 yet. And why are we changing the poll in the middle of the show? Well, because it's Woodbine Tuesday. I'm not going to be here to change it later, and I don't want to put all that pressure on George. He'll be taking a cat nap.
I'll be digesting this melting pot food I'm eating.
You got melting pot today?
Yeah,
you tell me
all
about
meat.
It? Well, pass it over, baby. Pass along some good meat.
Because I'm staying on the Atkins.
Are you really?
Nothing but meat. I am.
And it's really interesting, but I could be wrong, but it seems to me that once upon a time in America you were poo-pooing the Atkins.
What I was poo-pooing was that the show had turned into diet talk for fat people and little else for a while there.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here
I never said that it wasn't a good diet.
It's talk, it's diet talk, it's hockey talk. Sooner or later we get around to everything, okay? We're doing just fine. I don't need any instructions, especially from a little punk like you, on what to talk about in the show. If you'd have been as informative talking about hockey.
In those days, I was answering the phone, and all the calls would be, what is this? Is this okay on the Atkins? And I would say, I don't know, and then they would say, well, why don't you know? And I'd say, because I'm not a fat lardo. I know.
In pieces.
What was your piece?
I wish I'd have gotten a piece if I had any brains. He inscribed a nice autograph on one of his book about vitamins and crap.
Nice. How much is that worth?
Nothing. Okay, here's the new poll. I just put it on there. I'm the owner of an overactive blank. Bladder, bowels, craving for food, fart maker, hypochondria, imagination, impulse to call radio talk shows with nothing to say, mental disorder, spelled wrong. Eric, mental has no first A in it there, okay? It says mental disorder. I think Eric's crumbling under the pressure. He'll correct it. Trust me. Or else. Nervous system, paranoia, sex drive, oh, that's me, sweat glands, thirst, thyroid, or nothing overactive with me. Sex drive, I clicked that right now. Let's see if we got any votes on there. I just voted. It's, 1 for imagination, we got 3 votes. 1 for imagination, white for hypochondria, 3 votes. One thing about us, though, we show up. I mean, George is out sick a lot because not as much as used to be, though.
No, not like last year.
Was it last year you were always out sick?
Yeah, I was having, I don't know what. Problems.
Well, that's the good news. George doesn't have any more problems.
Yeah.
It's news to him. He just found out right here on the informative Neil Rogers show. Oh, sex drive's up to 3 now. The owner of an overactive. Or maybe it's underactive. Should we put that? Well, we don't have that many women listening, so why the hell should we put underactive?
Counting down the hits with Casey Kasem.
Hi, I'm Casey Kasem. Welcome back to our countdown of this week's Top 20 Ringtones. We're up to our number 1 ringtone of the week. But first, our unlimited coast-to-coast, long-distance request and dedication. It's from Jessica S. She writes, Dear Casey, recently, my sister was caught lip-syncing on national TV. At first, she blamed her band. And then, she blamed her ass's reflux. Whatever that is. Anyway, Casey, since everyone thinks I'm the stupid one in the family, could you play Green Day's American Idiot for my sister Ashley? Signed, Jessica. So, from Jessica to Ashley, here's your unlimited coast-to-coast, long-distance request and dedication. That's American Idiot from Jessica to Ashley. Now, on with the countdown.
Casey's Coast to Coast.
But first, let's recap our top 3 ringtones.
Number 3.
Coming in at number 3, Rondo alla Turca by Mozart.
Number 2.
At number 2, that tune that sounds like heart and soul but isn't. And now, this week's number 1 ringtone.
Number 1.
For the 3rd week in a row, Waltz of the Flowers. There you have it, the top 20 ringtones in America, as tabulated by Phone Billboard magazine. Tune in again next week when we'll once again count down America's top 20 ringtones. I'm Casey Kasem saying keep your volume turned down and keep reaching for 4 bars.
Yeah, reach for this. Oh, is that the 20? It's got the Queen's picture on it? Oh,
So-
brother. 11. Yes?
At the risk of sounding like all the fat lardos that used to call in during those shows.
Thursday, partly, mostly sunny and 85 and a slight chance of showers.
I gotta ask.
We're in. Okay, go ahead.
Or mushrooms on the Atkins.
Are mushrooms on the Atkins?
I asked you first.
Why not?
Okay, I don't know, because I wasn't paying any attention in those days.
Not in the beginning stage. Let me ask you, what are mushrooms? Mushrooms are vegetables.
Yeah, but they're
they really
fungus,
are. There's a fungus among us,
fungi.
but they're considered to be vegetables. Okay, they have a little bit of carbs, but almost none.
You're a fungi. That's what I heard.
But anyway, you can have a little bit, and it all
right.
depends
Well,
on
I
how
have
you
one.
make it. If you want to fry
You
them
know
up with some butter, which is okay on the Atkins, and some onions, which is certainly okay, even though it's a vegetable and it's got almost no carb. Use some common
Why do I
sense
really
for
want to
Christ.
waste any space in my stomach for a mushroom when I've got a plate full of lobster and steak and shrimp and chicken?
Because I love mushrooms.
Oh,
Oh
me
man, I
too,
love
me
mushrooms
too,
and
me
onions,
too.
man. I could take the frying pan and cook up a pound of mushrooms and onions, eat that all day. I'd have to take a bunch of Rolaids at the same time because I have agita real bad. But man, there ain't nobody loves shrooms and onions. Maybe Dave Caprita likes mushrooms better than I do.
You know, I'm cooking over here on a grand scale. I got like 5 skewers with things on them all going at the same time.
Yeah, you're skewered all right.
Mm-hmm.
WQAM, hello.
Hello,
Yes.
Neil.
Yes, I am.
Hi, Neil. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
I have the answer for you for tell you what I'm going to do.
Jimmy Durante.
No. It's Sid Stone from the Milton Berle Show. He was
That's the guy, right.
He used to roll up his sleeves and do a
Right.
pitch.
No wonder I couldn't think of it. Who the hell remembers him?
Well, I'm an old fart. What
Me
can I
too.
tell you? All
Okay,
right.
thanks a
Been
lot,
enjoying
Pally.
you for 30 years, Neil.
Thank you.
Take
Zygazone.
care. Bye-bye.
Okay. How do you like that? Sid Stone. I never would have thought of that from the old Milton Berle Show. That's why I couldn't think of it. Tell you what I'm going to do. He was a guy. He was one of the people on the show. A funny guy, you know. He's dead. I mean, I'm not positive of that, but I would imagine, and if not, he ought to be. Because he'd be about 110 years old. Who wants to live to 110? Unless you're 109, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
5670560. You know, this is the way I look at life. You take whatever you can get. You know what I'm saying? Take whatever you can get.
Yeah, you bet.
If I can make it to 90, that's another 26 years. Can you imagine how dangerous I'd be? And I'd still be here sitting talking in another 26 years. For somebody, I think if they don't re-up my deal here pretty soon because they keep talking and Norma's this and this one's that, and well, it's a really big, next to the Dolphins, this is our biggest contract. If we don't get it done next couple of weeks, I'm going across the street.
Good plan.
To the Chinese market and get some more candy bars. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. What kind of a horseball radio station doesn't put a non-compete in a guy's contract? I mean, what kind of a, What kind of a minor Bush League operation, Joel, does something like that? Really stupid. But then again, they are stupid. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
Great.
Listen, there's 2 articles in the local of the Scum Sentinel. The last 2 articles in there. They're worth looking at.
Yeah.
The minister and then some other crazy broad. Just before the list of the dead people. Take a look.
Okay, well, thank you so much. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Okay, sir.
I was just at the bridge tender for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And all I have to say is, Lord! Oh, Lord! That's not funny?
What?
I called Neil. I made a funny sound. Just like Bobby there on the MySpace. Bobby. I called you up. Remember he asked me for the phone number to call in? And then the next day I called it and made a funny sound. I made a funny sound.
With his mouth.
He was making sounds with his mouth. Well, that's what we keep talking about, making sounds with your mouth. How are we doing on this new pool? Let's take a look at how this baby is shaping up. We got 53 votes already. It's only been on there about 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. That's a lot better than 5-fingered. What was it? Oh, here's the end result of the first one. We had 1,000 votes even. Well, I like that. I printed that baby out just in the nicotine. Be honest. Are you? I'm not even going to read the result. I hate that poll. 1,000 votes. That's it. I'm not going to read the result. It was not good. 53 so far in the new poll. I'm the owner of an overactive sex drive 14. Oh, yeah. I'm ready right now. Fart maker 9, bladder 9, nothing overactive with me 6. Oh yeah, likely story. Oh, there's an ad for Sirius on there, and at the New Mercury it's got Sirius. Where's the president of Sirius? You know, last night they had a story about that on Brian Williams on NBC News, and I kept thinking about that caller. You know, that he could have been the dumbest person I've ever spoken to, and boy, that covers a lot of territory.
He was great. I hope he calls back.
Yeah, the president of Sirius. Nothing overactive with me 6. Imagination 4, overactive. Overactive craving for food 4. Bowels 4. Oh, Ma would be so jealous if she were here to hear that. Nervous system 2. Sweat glands 1. Impulse to car radio talk shows with nothing to say 1. Hypochondria 1. And nothing yet for thyroid, thirst, paranoia, or mental disorder. Nice going there on the spelling. Eric straightened it out. What I tell you about him, man, he's on his game. 67 vote. On a brand new poll. See, and then we can pull that scam. We can add the two together, Chris. And we can pretend we have 12, 1,300 votes.
What scam?
That we always pull.
Well, good timing. He just got back in his seat.
Good. WQAM, hello.
George.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, illegal alien from Cuba.
Oh, it's called Mix and Match. Now we're talking.
I have my papers.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Were you able to make it to the RNC show this year?
No.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah. What'd you see at the seashore? Seashells by the seashore? Yeah, it was. He had nothing to say. Schmuck. Yeah, I came on down just to see the Air and Sea show to see. Oh, there's a plane. I wanted to do my Hervé Villechaize, but I'm too tall. Now, isn't it supposed to be when you get older, your feet get fatter, they get wider, which is true.
Right, your nose gets longer.
And your what?
Your nose gets longer. Your ears continue growing.
Get out of here. You're saying I got big ears?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, in my nose?
Yeah. Bigger than
Nothing else, though.
How about your feet?
My feet are getting wider. They're like getting that platypus kind of thing, you know?
Getting square like a Mexican's?
They're getting really fat, my feet. Maybe all the fat is like drained out. Boy, can you imagine how fat Hank's feet must be?
Wonderful WQAM. Whoopee.
I had a chick named Kay. One day she flew away to Tijuana where the moon is blue. The moon is blue. But with our right-wing censorship, there are words that mustn't slip to truly tell you how I feel for Kay. Yes, feel for Kay. So, if you see Kay in Tijuana, I'll see you in Tijuana too. Now if you see Kay, tell her I miss her each day, and the FCC won't let me sing this song I wrote today. Now if you see Kay, take her hand, gently say that after this transmission I'll be out in 90 days. Oh, if you see Kay in Tijuana, then I'll see you in Tijuana. Go, wanna go, but gotta see you in Tijuana too.
So whatever happened with him, Guitar Man? Do we know? Is he still alive? Is he still
I don't know. I'll ask.
Comedy with those Shecky Schmeckel or whatever his friend's name was?
I think he's in West Palm doing the the Lounge Act.
Are you sure? Are you?
Last I heard, but I could be wrong. That was a long time ago.
How the hell do you make a living doing that in West Palm?
He makes a very good living, wearing a tuxedo and playing piano in those shishi places where they tip you with those big brandy snifters,
Shishi?
Yeah. Chi-chi.
How about he-she places?
I'm sure those are.
And how about he-he places? He-he. 98 votes on the poll on the new one. Wow, this thing is going to be phenomenal. Chris agrees, I'm sure. Now, Chris just went back in there because the food came in.
Right.
Now, that should be just fine for you. You should be sticking to the Atkins stuff. If you just stick with the meat and you don't... What?
He did.
Good. And all those desserts, don't be dipping and dunking like cake and marshmallows and stuff in that wild chocolate, you know? Good stuff, but not for you. Not for you. Don't start what?
See,
why is it there?
Fat people are, you tempt.
Is it there?
No, it isn't.
They didn't bring in desserts.
No,
Good.
By request. I told Duff to tell the nice John that we were doing the Atkins, and they only brought meat and veggies.
And we love them in Melting Pot. And by the way, tomorrow's Wednesday. It's Char Out Wednesday, so I'm sure Duff is going to really take care of you guys tomorrow.
Look, don't worry about it.
I'm very worried about it. I'm upset. QAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes,
I don't
sir.
really care much for Italian food.
Why not?
No, I don't know, but I do like Italian men, though. Whoa!
There you go.
Oh, you fairy.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil. I got to turn off my internet. Hold on.
Turn off that thing, yeah.
Okay.
Pull it.
I am so excited because I love you. And my dad, that Jimmy Durante called, that was my father down sweating in Florida. Yeah. I'm up in Tennessee listening to you on my internet, enjoying you every day.
Tennessee?
Make my day.
What are you doing in Tennessee?
My husband dragged me up here.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That's how they get women up there in Tennessee.
Yeah, they drag them from Florida. They drig them.
They drug them.
You know, listen to this. My daughter is in 3rd grade, and her teacher in the science books makes them mark out that the reptiles lived millions of years ago and wrote in thousands.
Yeah, 20, 30 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, with the dinosaurs who lived
this is in
with
Tennessee?
Adam and Eve. Yep.
Well, of course, there's lots of tourists in Tennessee.
Tourists?
Tourists. Well, listen, have a great life, and good luck to you. You'll need it.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya. Okay. Wasn't she nice? Unfortunately, her husband dragged her. Isn't it usually the other way around? I don't know. I guess not.
Like, the guys have to move for work, that kind of thing, so they drag their wives along.
Oh, my God. Jeez, I'd have told her to dump his ass. Unless he's extraordinarily good in the sack, or unless he's a really good provider and making lots and lots of money. 108 votes on the new poll, and sex, I'm the owner of an overactive sex drive, 24, seems to be leading, although right ahead of fart maker. Those two are kind of incompatible. That's one thing about having a partner. A fart maker is just not, I don't know.
A partner?
A partner, yeah. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil, I heard previously that after June, now, middle of June, George is going to be doing a lot of your shows, huh?
Yeah.
How can you let an anti-Semitic like him do a show? You're worse than a Goyen. How can you do that?
How can I do
He's
what?
from
How can you do that
Palestine,
accent?
I mean, please, he should be...
How can you do that fake accent?
...on the Gaza Strip.
Yeah, I see. For the Gaza Strip. What are you, some kind of a Palestinian Mexican?
Oh, he is. Not
Bad phony accent, man. Real bad one. WQAM, hello. Go put on a guayabera. WQAM, hello.
Bob Green, please.
QAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, that was Neil Rogers.
Speaking.
Speaking.
Turn that radio down, please.
Hey, Neil, I love you, man.
Yeah.
I've been listening to you guys for the past 10 years, man.
And you're surviving, huh?
Yeah, oh, man, I love you guys, man. Shit. 10 to 12 o'clock every single day, man. I love you, man.
What do you mean 10 to 12 o'clock? What are you doing after 12 o'clock?
After 12 o'clock, I listen to the Hank and the other guys. Well, I don't have any other choice.
At 12 o'clock?
Yeah.
Hasta que me olvides, amigo.
Okay, my friend. You have a nice day, man.
Okay, man. Okay, man.
Wow.
Humper's going to be on at noon today. He doesn't know it yet. His blood sugar will be down to 600 by then. Funny. I'm just trying to do something to get him, but you know something? It's not going to help. I don't have a van that big, okay? It's not going to help. I've been trying for years to talk him into it. Remember I was going to buy him that blood sugar thing to check his... He won't do it.
His, what is it, the meter?
Maybe he's got a death wish. I don't know. How can you be diabetic and not check your blood sugar, huh? Yeah, I'm sure if you watch any TV, every 20 minutes there's another ad for another one of those little machines, check to prick your finger.
And what you call it? Wilfred Brimley talking about diabetes.
There you go.
Diabetes testing supplies from Liberty.
Whatever her name is.
What's her name?
Oh, and I saw Karen. It's not Karen Valentine. Who is it? The one with Kirstie Alley?
Valerie Bertinelli?
Yeah.
Valerie Bertinelli. I saw that again last night. Have you called Jenny yet? Have you called? Yeah, don't you want to look just like Kirstie Alley? Oh, my God. Even I look better than that.
By the way, Boca Brian says that Guitar Man is indeed in West Palm playing piano in the ritzy places.
Well, that's so sad. QAM, hello. QAM. That is a doornail. QAM, hello.
Nice.
WQAM, hello. Boy, these are spastic. WQAM, hola. WQAM, hello.
Neil, como tú eres lo mejor del mundo.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, how are you?
Okay, how are you?
Good. Hey, can you introduce some variety in your show, man? And all you do is read newspapers and do
This is the same guy.
Yeah.
That's a fake voice.
He's still listening, though. He's still listening. That's a good thing. Thank God you're still there, man. That's all we care about. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. I got you on speakerphone because I'm getting ready to have a sermon. Over.
Okay, good. Over. You're over, all right. WQAM, hello.
Can you please put Joey Reynolds back on?
Oh, my God. Woo! Can we put him back on what? On drugs?
I am that hemorrhoid.
Wow. Okay, let's take a quick peek. I don't want to go to... What's this in Taiwan? You see this?
Yeah.
They're tying one on. They're having a brawl.
I wish our Congress did that.
Blows over a bill. They're having a little fist fight there, the Taiwanese.
You know, I'd watch C-SPAN if we had stuff like this going on every once in a while.
Oh, yeah. Just like the Canadian Parliament. They're all pounding on the table. And the Brits
that's
do the
nothing.
same thing.
These
Only
people draw blood.
the U.S. Congress, they all sit there. The gentle lady from California. Yeah, right. What's a bullcrap. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, time for little Len Berry. That's what we got on the new poll. 1, 2, 3. Sure sounds good to me. I'm the owner of an overactive sex drive. It's pulling away, 28. It's pulling. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular wireless line. 1, 2, 3. There he is, Len Berry. I wonder if he's dead or alive.
I don't know.
He's dead.
I'll ask him next time I see him.
Didn't he also have some song about lipstick, something? Not Lipstick Traces, that was the OJs. Did Len Berry have another hit, or was that it? Was that a medley of his Biggie?
Let me look.
Take a peek. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Neil, it's good to have you on the phone. Hey, I have a suggestion how we can fix all this Iraq story.
Okay, good. WQAM, hello. QAM.
I saw the David Cassidy special last night. What a...
That's the guy with the ice boyfriend. They must have had a wild evening after that. They must have put him right in the mood.
Boy, a lot of butter, I imagine.
A lot of Crisco. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
This is Neil?
Sounds like me, yeah.
Oh, okay, no problem. I love your show, by the way. What made me call was about the diabetes stuff. The supplies are very expensive, even when you try to get that Liberty stuff.
Yeah, diabetes.
If you're not on the Medicare, it's expensive, like $60 for my wife. She has to pay for that, so the ammo for the machine is pretty expensive.
Well, let me ask you a question. How much is your life worth? That's the obvious question.
Well, that's not the problem, but I'm just saying when the people say about the strips, it's very, very expensive.
Why are you telling me this? I've been buying them for a zillion years. Don't you think I know that?
Yeah, but I think they misrepresent that, though, that they can get it cheap.
Well, then go to Walgreens and buy them there, okay? And quit bitching about the Liberty and whatever. Wilford Brimley. What's that guy talking about? Bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-ba. It's very expensive. George will take care of it for you. Send him the bill every month, okay? He'll take care of all your supplies.
Yeah,
school supplies, diabetes supplies.
That's
office
diabetes
supplies. Now, what's the story on that drum, by the way?
Nothing. I asked Clarence about
that's not acceptable. I'm going to blame you for it now because you're too much of a wimp, too much of a wuss.
Well, you're right about that. Push comes to shove, I'll buy it and expense it. And then they'll have a heart attack, and maybe they'll fire me. And
but
then,
you don't understand. You can't wait until it dies. Does the thing say change drum soon?
Yes.
Well, change it.
Okay.
If a light came on your ass and said change your underwear soon, wouldn't you change it?
I don't need the light.
Well, there you go. Change the drum.
I just wait till
change the drum. Bang the drum slowly and change it fastly. Get rid of it. I'm telling you.
Your official home for Miami Dolphins football.
Jason Taylor bats the ball away. He scoops it up, dashes into the end zone.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
This is Brady Quinn. Whenever I shave my balls, I listen to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
You
I stand a naked man in the shower stall. All around the photo cloud, staring at my phone. With straight guys talk all the time about men who play games, can't keep their eyes off tied behind, insisting they're not gay. You've got to hide your heart away. You've got to hide your heart away. Towel slots and hardly passes that straight gay or bi. Men who talk of other men is a sport hole state of mind. Oh, girls here just sport hole queers, having fun with the boys. In the locker room I hear boing, 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 boing. You've got to hide your heart away. You've got to hide your heart away.
Oh, guess what I just found?
All right.
This thing keeps popping up all
Let's
over
have
the
it,
place.
baby.
Wow.
They want us to find a way.
Holy moly. I shouldn't have said holy moly. That was a bad choice of words, wasn't it?
Why?
I don't know. And I forgot this, but on the inside of this, this is Mo Bits, Volume 1. And on the inside of the cover on the CD, there's a picture of a guy that makes Fat Boy look like a midget sitting on the throne. Remember that?
No.
Or haven't you seen it? You haven't seen it. He's saying,
I'm sure I've seen it.
Hiya, Pally! Oh, man. Wow.
They'll reimburse for back pay.
Now, I have a feeling we could probably play this if what do you think?
No. Right up to the chorus.
Oh, I see. No, I was saying if I used a quick finger, what do you think?
No.
Now, wait, what did he just say, Chris? Did he say no?
They'll reimburse
Don't do
for
it.
back pay. From 200 years ago, when they were slaves.
I'll be highly offended if you do. Yeah.
Oh, will ya?
I almost said that with a straight face.
Oh, man.
I object.
Okay.
And I only have a mobile home.
I don't remember how this.
I do.
And a pinch of scope.
How this goes.
Now.
So if you
I insist
ask me how,
that you stop this right now.
Down. Yeah.
Come on now.
Good job.
That was great. You can play two
Come
more.
on now, what?
You can play 3 more words. 4 more words.
That's
One
it.
more. One more word. One more word.
No chance. No, I'm getting that baby out of that machine. That's a bad machine, man. Oh, wow. Those are the days, okay? Woo. That's when we had an audience, man. We could play stuff.
Now, see, that was good dessert after lunch. A nice laugh instead of some
That was a real good belly laugh, man. And, of course, the longtime listeners, they understand exactly what that is.
Oh, yeah.
He's playing that restitution song again. Anyway.
Everybody else, too bad. Not in
That's
on
right.
the joke.
Too bad you'll never hear it. 170 votes on the new poll. That's 1170 altogether. Man, we're kicking some serious fat old ass ancient style today. Let me tell you. That kind of rejuvenated me hearing that again. Yeah. Now, you don't think you could clean that up?
I think the message would stay there no matter how many bleeps we put in it. And
What do you mean the message would
I think
stay
somebody
there?
would give us a really hard time.
Oh.
Not to mention any Joyce.
Oh, Joyce. Forget about that bitch.
I'd
How
like
about
to.
Kiss
I'd
Joyce
like
Good
to.
Morning? What a nauseating thought that is.
Oh, even more obscene.
And that's the first cut on that. Now, there's probably some other good stuff on there. Let's see.
I know there is.
Coach Jim Morris? I don't know what the hell that means. I mean, I know who he was. Is this thing ever going to queue up? I think the machine is rejecting the disc. It says servo on, but it's just not. It's not queuing up. I think Joyce is fiddled with my top deck here. Let's see. What's going on, man? There's some dreck in my deck. Servo on. It queued up the first time, thank God, because that was a really that was a lot of fun. Brought back some really bad memories. The other one isn't on here though. Condoleezza, it's not on here. It says servo on. What's that all about?
I don't know.
It just is rejecting it. Well,
it ain't reading.
What do you mean? It doesn't even get that far. It doesn't even say a table of contents there. It just says servo on. Well, I'll be danged, okay? Take that baby out of there. It's probably a message from the Lord, you know it?
Oh, God!
Give me some real good advice. Don't be doing that now. Don't be messing with that thing again. Okay, I won't. I'll put it over here for tomorrow. WQAM, hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
You have this office yelling and screaming and rolling in stitches, hoping for the old days, man.
Oh, yeah, don't we all?
Oh, yeah. Man, people were like, I can't believe it. He's actually going to play that. He's going to play it. He's going to play it.
You got to admit, I got it right up to the hook there.
I'll tell you what, everybody here has done Google searches, has done Yahoo searches.
Good luck to you. Google luck to you.
Trying to find that, and, you know, we'll buy it, you know, but nope, can't do it because, you know, the right wing and the left wing and the other wing.
The PC goofballs out there just, they tar and feather us.
But thank you very much for the memory, senor.
You're
I appreciate it.
Hasta que you're me.
Bye-bye.
See ya. See, he enjoyed it. He's one of those people who remembers the whole orifice is just foaming. They remember when we used to have fun on this show and on this radio station before the FCC, and we can thank Janet Jackson and Justin Tinkerbell. Hey, Justin, you phony little twerp, man. Makes me want to puke my guts out. And Janet Jackson with her crap. This isn't even in the other machine. This isn't queuing up. Oh, wait a minute, it is. Oh, no. No, I don't want to play that again. Now, what else is on here? The Geldy Show theme?
I don't know. Condoleezza might be on it.
Forget about it promo. Maybe there's stuff on here that isn't in the promo for the homo.
Forget about it. That's what I say. How's that for a funny show idea? If I may borrow a phrase from the great Marty Allen, hello there, everybody in Paradise Land.
And then, of course, there's always the much-beloved Mo Gets Raped.
See you tomorrow, Howard.
Oh, I don't think we can play that. And how about your fire division?
What's that crap they play down the hall?
That's Power.
Power 96.
What garbage. The kids today don't know what's good. Like that song, I'm Happy I Live in a Split-Level Head. You remember that? How can you... Listen. I'm happy I live in a split-level head. I'm happy I live in a split-level head. You don't remember that?
No.
No?
Why am I surrounded by morons?
Come on, Howie.
Don't you call me Howie. I've had enough insubordination from you, pal.
No.
You shut up, fatso. Okay, that's it. You're all fired. You fat, stupid boob. You listen to me. You're fired. Geldy, that goes for you, too. You know who I am? I'm the king of paradise. I came down here after losing my job to be a big fish in a little pond. When they kicked me off ESPN, they told me don't come back again. I had some problems with wise guys who advised I move to paradise. Florida. Fired. That back deal ain't no Louis Nye. That guy was funny. You're all fired. And I hope that Chiz Guzzler dies.
Well, I knew there'd have to be one.
I hope he dies. And I hope you all die. I'm a big fish in a little pond, see? A big fish in a little pond. Is anybody listening to me? I'm a big fish in a little pond, a big fish in a little pond, a big fish in a little pond. Yeah! Why doesn't anybody enjoy me?
Now, calm down, Howard. What do you say we go have some nice sushi?
Okay.
Yeah, there had to be one dump in there, I knew that. Just before guzzling. Maybe he said jazz. Maybe he was listening to Gloves 94.
They want us to find a way.
Let's just play that all day, just the intro. What do you say? Yeah, I never noticed there's a lot of reverb on that. You notice that? I just noticed it.
No, Boca Brian's production value has surpassed anything, anywhere that anyone else is doing.
He'd be the best.
They want us to find a way.
Sounds like old WABC.
To reimburse him for back pay from 200 years ago. when they were slaves.
All right.
Well, I only have a mobile home, a pit bull and a pinch of skull. So if you wanna ask me how, here's what I gotta say.
All right.
You've got to.
Okay, 10 past noon. That guy was, they were doing cartwheels in the office, he said. I believe it.
Well, they ain't the only ones, I'm sure.
I was doing cartwheels in my pants. And in honor of Woodbine Tuesday, I got my pants on and my shirt.
That makes me feel better that you got your pants on.
Why is that?
And your shirt.
More secure?
Yeah, exactly. Even though you're in Toronto, you know, pantsless fags make us all nervous.
No, well, there's a lot of them. 202 on this new poll. That means we got over 1,200 vote. We're going to get over whatever we get. We'll get a big total because we're cheating. We're doing 2 polls for the price of 1. And you don't have to change the poll today.
Excellent.
You can go take a nice nap and go into a coma. I'm the owner of an overactive craving for food has moved into the lead now, 42, and that's because we were talking about the food, I guess. Craving for food. Sex drive, 38, is sliding. They're sliding it, slipping it and sliding it, but not enough. Nothing overactive with me, 28, yeah. Fart maker, 26. Bladder, 20. Imagination, 14. Overactive bowels, 10. Mental disorder, 5. Sweat glands, 4. Paranoia, 4. Nervous system, 4. Thirst, 3. Impulse to call radio talk shows with nothing to say, 3. Hypochondria, 1. And thyroid has got... none. I guess that excuse went out with the knickers and high-button shoes. That whole, we've got an overactive thyroid. That's why I weigh 845 pounds, and I keep shoveling crap down my puss constantly all day long. Am I right?
Yep.
That used to be the excuse du jour, you know?
Sure.
12 minutes past noon at 560 WQAM. Now, let's see. Did I cue that back or what? Yeah. I thought I could have put it on pause, you know. I took my life in my hand.
Neil God.
Administrations to be respected.
Administrations to be respected.
Very good. You may continue.
It's a 12:19. A Peyton Manning bit. I have an urgent request for a Peyton Manning bit, and I have no idea what it is. George won't know because you don't even know who that is.
Who?
She's the quarterback of the Colts, Peyton Manning. Sandy Peyton Manning. Ring any bells?
No. This does, though.
Huh?
No,
what about you, Chris?
Not.
Any idea what that is?
We have an Aiken bit.
That we have, no.
Aikman, we know. We got Troy the Boy. But Sandy Peyton Manning?
I don't see any. No, nothing comes to mind.
I'll be damned. Dun, 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 dun. Well, we'll work on it, and maybe we'll make one up, okay? Either that or we'll just play that. I can just see those people in the orphans doing cartwheels, can't you?
They want us.
But we can't play that. You gotta kiss a buddy good morning. 223 votes on the poll. I am the owner of an overactive craving for food, 42, and sex drive, 41. You notice how they're nose to nose, side by each. A very tight battle, if I can use that expression. WQAM, hello.
Baba Booey.
Yeah, back to you. Boring. Boring. Just like that show you were talking about. Boring. Oh, and how come I didn't mention this way back in the beginning? Speaking of Cowlick, a World Bank panel has found President Paul Wolfowitz guilty of a conflict of interest. A bank committee formally transmitted its findings that he was guilty of a conflict of interest in arranging for a pay raise and promotion in 2005 to Shaha Ali Risa, his companion, wrote Stephen Weissman in the Times late yesterday afternoon. It wasn't clear whether the committee, consisting of 7 of the bank's 24 board members, would remove Mr. Wolfowitz from his post or more likely express loss of confidence in his leadership in a manner that might persuade him to resign. The news came as Wolfowitz's advisor, Kevin Kellums, resigned, complaining that the cloud over the Bush-appointed president made his work at the institution useless. The satirical website Wonket was also reporting rumors late yesterday that Wolfowitz resigned, but the site was unable to back the rumor up. Bada beep, bada boop. And I don't see no more on that. Have you seen anything on that?
Nope.
I was busy listening to this. I don't know. So what do we got all together? 1,000 votes on the first poll, which really sucked about that. Not that I know of everything Italian. I sure do, but, just was a bad poll. Sorry, Charlie B. Not good. 229. So we don't have a Peyton Manning bit? No.
Not that I know of. I mean, we could, but sure as hell don't know what it is, yeah.
I don't know what it would be called.
I searched everywhere.
Peyton.
You ferret.
I searched Manning, Peyton Manning in both computers.
You think I didn't do that?
Of course. But I have a library in this other computer, too, and nothing.
What do you mean you have a library in another computer? What, are you holding back stuff? Is that it?
Of course I'm not holding back stuff. All the stuff that you put in the one computer, I put in this other computer because the DCS over here is full.
It is?
Yeah.
I got 48% left in mine.
I got 99% used, so.
Wow.
Not to mention that they sent you discs.
Let me ask you something. If you got 99%, of course, that's probably the other 47% that I don't have in here. We can't play it anyway,
we have different
right?
size hard drives. You got a bigger drive up there.
I got a bigger drive. Yeah, that's what you got.
Matter of fact, there's more room in the control room computer, in the producer's computer, than there is in
WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil?
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing.
Hey, what's the latest on Joe Rose? Is he coming over, or what's the status?
Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Get on the edge of your seat. Get a good grip on the dial there, on the knob. 5670560. Sorry, Pally, no Peyton Manning bit. Can't find it. Don't know what it is. Maybe if we had a name, if we knew what it was about. We got Troy the Boy. Nobody wants to hear that again anymore. I don't even know if can we play that? Yeah, something about the big brown eye or something like that. I got 2 brown eyes. I wonder if a guy's got a really big...
Come in handy.
2 brown eyes. I beg your pardon?
I said, how's it going?
5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless line. I got a really good idea. I can find the unexpurgated version of and I can play that and at the same time. Of course, we can't let them go too long.
I object.
Not if we want to come back again tomorrow. What?
I object.
You object to what?
I insist that you don't do that.
What, are you trying to be on the record?
That's right.
I see. And we do have this, and you are a very important part of this, although it's in the DCS. But
oh, yeah.
Yeah. George was playing the comb on this bit.
That's right. It was my idea, too.
Was it really?
Yeah. I contributed some material. So I'm very proud.
Can we play it?
I am Mo Howard David, decrepit and I'm ancient. All over my old face are blue and reddish purple veins. I don't know why they hate me, or why they always rate me. It must be 'cause I got these blue and reddish purple veins.
A vein mark on my arm, like a Rand McNally Mapalaka one. I got veins on my nose, and nobody knows that under my clothes I wear pantyhose. But that don't mean that I'm gay. If you think my arms are bad, you ought to see my legs. I might as well keep them smooth and shaved to show a little class the next time I'm raping it. I could go to a surgeon, but that gives me the shivers. I would not want to walk out looking like Joan Rivers. Where am I here? I fired the beast, the fat little freak. I did him a favor, now he can't afford to eat. The reason I dismissed that stinking fat bastard is because he wouldn't shut up, and he can't play canasta. Hey, somebody talking over there. Nobody talks when I rap. I rap, then you talk. Hey, look at me, I'm hip, hip. I ain't no square. I'm a ding-dong Betty, man. I'm really dead. I fire anyone I want. I don't care. Especially if they make me flip my wig made of smelly green hair. I got fired myself. It even happens to the greats. Just when one said you get out of here or else we break your legs. So now I sit by the pool. Life's as good as it gets. With my paladin cocktail, placing bets on the Jets. In paradise. Paradise. I don't kiss nobody's ass in paradise. I'll be slipping down the Strugans when I get the chance. But the cleaners aren't ready with my lime green pants. How long does it take? Guilty call and complaint. It was just a little thought. So what, I left this thing? You think that's funny? Want a knuckle sandwich, buddy? I can do what I want because the management loves me.
Can I tell you something, Mo? Something you ought to know. For the longest time, I wanted you to be my hoe.
You ain't my type, pal. Now am straight. Tell Mel. What are you doing?
I won't take no for an answer.
Get out of here. Not you.
Get out of here. Get up, bitch.
Hello?
Miss Peterson.
Yes?
Hi, this is Bob Williams down at Sawyer's, Bob's boss.
Oh, hi, how are you?
How are you today?
Fine.
Are you sitting down?
Yes?
I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
What do you mean bad news?
I understand that Bob's been with us for almost 20 years now, and...
Bob's okay, isn't he?
Bob's fine.
Oh.
A little upset, but fine. He's been a good worker for us. He's made all his quotas. His bonuses have always been in line. But we're going to have to let him go. And
what do you mean?
We're going to have to fire him. And unfortunately, being the boss, sometimes you have to do things that you're not very pleased doing.
Wait, that's not very fair. He's been very loyal to you.
Yes, he has.
That's like a slap in the face.
I can imagine you feeling that way, absolutely, but...
Feeling that way? You don't understand. We just had a baby.
Yes, I do understand.
We have built up the yin-yang.
Understood.
This is a very hard time to do this kind of a thing.
I fully agree with you, but there's something that's happened down here at the office that we can't overlook. It's an image problem and a problem that you might want to address yourself. I don't know quite how to tell you, though.
Why are you firing him?
Well,
what specific reason? What did he do?
It's a little delicate. Unfortunately, we found him on top of his desk making love to his secretary.
Oh, that son of a bitch!
Well, I can understand you're being upset at this point, but...
Upset is not the word. That stupid, rotten son of a bitch. I can't believe this.
Well, he's going to need your support through this. Right now, he's on his way home to you, and
on his way home to me?
Yes.
He's got another thing coming when he gets home. I'm going to change the locks on the door. I'm throwing his outside on the front lawn. He can just have it all. I'm not even going to be here when he gets back. That son of a bitch. And now, I don't feel so bad about his brother.
Well, 12:32 at 560. WQAM. You know, the thing you'll be very pleased about is I'm sending this disc away as a gift. Now, you didn't put this in that package you sent the other day, did you?
No.
Well, this one is going.
I don't have it.
I do.
Okay.
Well, I do at the moment. I'm mailing it away. Then I won't ever be tempted to play.
Well, if you mail it down here, I'll make copies and send them to, I don't know, everybody.
Will you?
Yeah.
You promise?
Of course.
So you don't have this, huh?
I don't think so. I mean, it might be somewhere in the studio, you know, buried very deep somewhere, but I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm getting all choked up about it. Okay, I'll send it to you and then make copies and send it to the appropriate parties.
You got it.
Huh?
You got it.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, that'll go over here in my pile. I got news for you. That's a collector's item. That's not what a lot of people are going to be holding on to. I mean, haven't. Trust me when I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be trying to sell it on eBay either. 257 votes on the poll. I'm getting really gagged up about it. We got 1,362 MySpace friends on our MySpace page. Not that we want to mention that, though. We don't want to mention too much, because then you get all bent out of shape. Oh, all he's talking about is Atkins and about MySpace. You start with that crap. Didn't he start with that crap?
Sure, yeah.
So that means we got 1,257 altogether. I am the owner of an overactive sex drive, 49. Oh, there's Prince Harry. God, is he ugly. Oh, man. In fact, I say send him to Afghanistan. Put him on the front lines, okay? Hey, Harry! You bloody Brit. That's bad. That was terrible. You wouldn't want to see Prince Harry get his head blown off, would you?
No.
Overactive sex drive, 49. It's moved back into the lead. Craving for food, 47. Nothing overactive with me, 37. Fart maker, 31. Bladder, 24. Imagination, 20. Bowels, 13. Mental disorder, 9. Nervous system, 7. Sweat glands, 6. Paranoia, 5. Thirst, 4. Impulse to call radio talk shows with nothing to say, 4. That would be a first. I can't even imagine that, can you?
No.
Hypochondria, 1. And thyroid, don't have any. That's an old chestnut, as they say. That's what David Hosley used to say at WINZ. Let's dig out the old chestnuts. And I'd say, you're nuts, you idiot, you old goat. See, that goes hand in hand with that expression about, what was it, the five-fingered way?
Discount.
Oh, the five-fingered discount way. I've heard the five-fingered way before, but that was a different...
oh, jeez.
I know. Oh, jeez. 12:35, 25 to 1. I got my pantaloonies on and my shirt. It's a Woodbine Tuesday. Oh! Everybody's in a great chipper mood today because we're going to kiss everybody good morning.
Huh?
And now good afternoon, isn't that? Kiss a listener good morning, isn't that? That's a great idea I just had.
Kiss a listener good morning?
You got to kiss a listener good morning.
Well,
isn't that a great idea? You don't like that?
Oh, well, I'd have to see them first.
I'm not saying, I said you, not me.
Oh, me?
You.
Chris.
Chris can kiss him good morning. Chris will kiss anybody, anything that's alive.
He'll give him a Chris kiss.
It's not. Chris will even kiss inanimate objects.
No.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
I am the owner of an overactive bladder.
Yeah.
That was just what I wanted to tell you.
You haven't seen those commercials on TV for if you're going and going and going. They're on like every 5 minutes on the news.
You know, I've tried most everything. It doesn't help.
How about a bag? How about a little bag?
I might enjoy that. Do you have one?
Now, Mo may have left his behind. We'll check the studio for you. And maybe it's got a long...
Cube!
I shouldn't make light of that because people have to wear a bag. I mean, can you even imagine that?
No, I can't.
Which reminds me, I shouldn't speak ill of the dead, but my close good friend, Fat Rich, the dearly departed, he had a couple of incidents. Of course, when you weigh like 8,000 pounds like Richie did, it just, it's not conducive to good health. And there were a couple of times when he was wearing I think one time he admitted it, and another time he didn't, but he didn't have to tell me, you know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't want to get too graphic. It's the middle of lunchtime, but, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Well, don't. I won't draw a diaphragm for you.
Good.
I wonder if the Queen ever has, like, really bad
I don't even want to why are you doing this to me?
Well, we're doing what?
A radio show.
Why am I doing what to you?
Talking about the Queen and her activities.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
WQAM, hello.
3 things.
Yes.
Good luck at Woodbine. Number 2, that clown that heard that Peyton Manning bit was on the Bob and Tom show.
Oh, Bob and Tom show, not on this show.
Simpleton. No.
Yeah, come on, Ernie, get with it, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, we're the same thing we're going to do with you, okay? Come on, Ernie, get with it. It's confusing us with Bob and Tom. See, Bob and Tom can probably still play some pretty funny stuff. They don't have Joyce to contend with. In fact, we got some good Bob and Tom bits we can't play anymore either. For example...
Hi, Felicia. Gee, I love your dress, and your hair looks so shiny and manageable. Are you still shampooing with Head and Shoulders?
That's one of my very favorites. Too bad we can't play that either. In fact, that'd be a good thing. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. We'll play a little bit of all the bits we can't play. In fact, we can do that the rest of the year. That's how long that would take. Let's play just a little bit.
Listen to me. This is Stan Beinstein for Sofa King, yeah?
Yeah, see, we can't play that. We can say that, though, right?
Right.
In fact, we once had a sponsor called Sofa
Place
King. Well, you have to leave like a long pause. How many
seconds? We did. I think it's still out there, too.
Well, there you go. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing? Just wanted to shout out to the guys at United Cable, Neil. Thank you.
Okay. That's it. Bye. WQAM, hello.
QAM?
What is it?
Neil.
Yeah.
Greatest, Neil. You're the greatest, man.
Yeah, I am. You're right. WQAM, hello. Not there. QAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
That Aikman bit you started to play earlier, can you now play that whole thing either now?
Oh, sure.
Oh,
why, do you want to hear
I haven't heard that thing in years.
Is this a request?
Like
is this, let me say it again. Is this a request?
It's a comment.
You don't want to hear it?
I'd love to hear the whole thing.
Well, I'm going to play it in a minute. Jesus, God. You try to do something nice. There's nothing worse than somebody try to do something nice, try to be agreeable, and, like whatever he was saying. What was he saying? I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Now, what were you talking about the Queen? What are you babbling about? What is it that I'm doing to you about the Queen?
I thought you were about to talk about her bathroom business.
Why? Did somebody say something about that?
That's what I thought. That's where I thought you were going.
Well, so what difference does it make?
I guess it's a royal flush.
Oh, royal flush. We wouldn't have a bit by that name, would we?
And now, a royal flush.
I don't think we can play it.
Oh, no, we can't.
That's enough of that.
I'm so glad you said that.
Woo! Biggest name, the best.
We can't play anything.
And your official home for Miami Dolphins football.
Bats the ball away. He scoops it up, dashes into the end zone.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
My junior, honey. Oh, my God.
When this quarterback gets lonely, you ferret. He likes receivers that are wide. Some people say that number 8 is gay. They say Troy loves the big brown eye.
Rectum.
Aikman. He goes down on his knees, Aikman.
Absolutely.
It's guys he likes to please, Aikman.
Huh?
He loves to slap cowboys on their behind.
Rectum.
He's got a spotless reputation. America's team is world-renowned. But is Troy gay? I've heard some people say.
Yes.
In the huddle he goes down.
Oh!
Aikman.
You ferret.
He goes down on his knees, Aikman. Hike him some balls to squeeze, Aikman. Don't clip him 'cause he likes it from behind.
Rectum.
You know, I'll say one thing, though, about Troy the Boy. They did hook him up with some blonde broad. Did they ever marry him off or something, Chris?
I do believe he got married.
I think they did. They married him off, you know, because it was starting to look bad. People started talking to you. It was all the commercial endorsements, and they take you off the NFL pregame show and the postgame show and all that other stuff. I'll tell you one other thing about him. We never had any pictures of him with his hand on some young man's crotch like Brady Quinn. I just mentioned that in passing. That picture, the more you look at it, the more you wonder. I mean, you know, guys like to goof around and et cetera, you know.
You're just jealous.
Jealous of what?
That it's not your hand.
On Brady Quinn's crotch?
Yes.
You're right. 1247 at QAM. A Texas Republican congressman invoked a founding Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan in a floor speech he delivered yesterday in support of the Iraq War. Nathan Bedford Forrest, successful Confederate general, said it best about winning in victory and the means to doing so. He said, "Get there firstest with the mostest," said Representative Ted Poe, Farbissen Republican of Texas, in a 1-minute floor speech at the beginning of Monday's session in the House of Representatives. He then called on Congress to fund the war in Iraq. Congress needs to send the generals the mostest, Mr. Speaker, needs to send equipment and personnel that is needed. Doing this will help our mission in spite of the congressional surrender group's desire to retreat and quit, he added. Poe left out Forrest's history as founder of the Ku Klux Klan in addition to fighting on the side of the Confederacy. Just minor details. Although he repeatedly denied membership, even lying to Congress, Forrest, in fact, led the Klan through one of its most violent and successful periods when robed terrorists succeeded in rolling back Reconstruction. Reconstruction? Can you believe that?
Go ahead, hit it.
It's not in there. It's already in the other room. We're getting it ready to do it. Tomorrow I'm going to FedEx it to you, and then you'll dispense it to the appropriate parties.
I'll distribute it. And
they'll just pee in their pants. He even told one newspaper reporter that while he was no member, he intended to kill radical Republicans, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center. Roll calls heard on the Hill column, which first revealed the speech column, also noted that Poe, in fact, misquoted Forrest, who had said to get there fastest instead of first. Tom Hanks' titular character in the 1994 Academy Award-winning film Forrest Gump, which freely riffs on the controversial chapters in American history, was named after the Confederate general and Klan founder. Gump's mother named him Forrest because sometimes we all do things that, well, just don't make no sense. Like go watch a movie like that, for example. So what did we ever decide about Spider-Man 3? We had a very...
Apparently, I'm the only person that thought it was okay, and everyone else thought that it sucks. I'm the only one in the world.
Well, how could it have made all that money? I guess just because of the hype. Usually word of mouth, people make sounds with their mouth.
People like to rip, and I stand by what I said. It wasn't long on plot. It was just not boring. It had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
people
but
are saying too much stuff
Franco
going
was naked in there, you said.
As he's in his like
he said
underwear.
He was doing that surfing
He's
scene.
in his underwear.
10. He was in his underwear. Well, that's good enough for me. I wouldn't mind being in his underwear.
Emerging from a cloud of green steam.
Now, how did he look? Did he look like the old James Franco from when he looked really... Kristen and his old, he looked pretty good in there.
I thought he looked just fine, and he did a fine job.
I see. Well, you probably... See, I suckered you into saying that.
What?
George said he looked just fine.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
You're gay. Gay. We know
ruin my
George, you're
reputation.
gay.
Yep.
What that crap?
The wife, the kids. It's all a big beard
can't say a guy
job.
was fine.
Right.
What did the wife say?
No, the wife and the kids, it's all a beard. It's all an act, you know.
Oh, that whole deal. Well, you know, Troy Aikman.
Mm-hmm.
306 votes on the poll, which means we got 1,306. I think we're going for 1,400 total, which means we're going for 400 on this second poll of the day. What do you think, Chris? Can we...
All right, then. You must have turned yourself off, or somebody did. You back? I hear you.
I don't hear him.
There you
are.
I hear you. We didn't hear you for a second. We heard.
I see. But you know, earlier, I forgot to mention to you on the air. Earlier, you just dropped out, and I looked down, and the red light was on the box, and I thought, we lost, and we did for like a second. We lost the French connection.
Every once in a while, there'll be a drop.
I said, where did Chris go?
Chris go.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Your answer for everything, isn't it?
Will you stop talking about the Queen and her bowel movements? Why did you get so bent out of shape about that? Did I miss something?
I didn't want to...
go there.
Yeah, girlfriend.
Well, why not?
It's unsavory. Because I know that it stinks.
The royal movement?
Yeah.
No, not the royal bowel movement.
I don't care what they say.
Let's not go there. Don't start it again. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. Can you...
WQAM, hello.
Neely, just to
Yes,
give
sir.
you a little spy report, listening to 790 The Ticket.
Not the least bit interested, sir. Not the least bit interested, okay? Don't care. No interest. Not playing that game. Don't waste your time. 5670560. You see, the number come out. Let's see what happens next month when the next trend comes out and they lose that big January. And all of a sudden, oh, gee, what happened? Where'd all... Yeah, you know, they did the same thing. Was it last year? I forget how long they've been on the air. Remember they had that 1 month in the beginning, 18 to 34 men, and they had those, a couple of wired diaries, and they had that bogus number that disappeared immediately the next month. And, that's going to be our target demo. We're going to kick ass 18 to 34. And then, of course, after that, it all vanished. I mean, what's the use? What's the point? Just desperate. We're not playing that game. At least not on this show, I'm not. I've been doing this too long. We had too many fakers, too many losers come along trying to play we're going to kick Neil Rogers in. No, you're not. You're not doing it now, and you're not going to do it tomorrow or 2 weeks from Rosh Hashanah or any other time. Trust me. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil. Why can't
Yes, sir.
you play various bits?
What do you mean by that?
Well, like, for instance, you said I can't play this, I can't play that.
Because they're censored, because we can't, we got the age of censorship. Haven't you discovered that?
FCC?
FCC and Joyce.
Now, who's Joyce?
She's the corporate bitch in Naples, Florida. She's the corporate attorney who's made up her own set of rules, which are far more restricted than the FCC, even in their current fascist mentality intends.
And you don't have, anything to say about that?
Of course not. What do you mean I have something to say about it? I can make up policy for the radio station?
No, but you have a contract, and in the contract it says you can't say these things?
Contract says that you're going to abide by all company policy, and everybody's contract says that.
Did you tell the Kishman Tuckers?
Yeah, I did tell them Kushner and Tochas, and they didn't get it because they're a bunch of goyim.
Exactly. It's terrible. Let me ask you this. When you go to Woodbine, you say you get a machine. What does that mean? I never heard of that before.
You never heard of slot machines before?
They have... I'm so out of touch. I didn't even know they had slot
I hate to break the news to you, sir, but for several years now, all the racetracks in the province of Ontario they're all racinos, just like you got now finally in Florida, and they all have slot machines.
Did you hear about the new legislation that was just approved for Florida?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
what do you mean did I hear about it? Don't you think I'm on the air every day talking about these things? Don't you think I have my nose in the news?
You definitely do, and I'll tell you.
Wish me a good machine, man. I'll see you. Did you hear about it, George?
About what?
I don't know. Whatever he was talking about. 311 votes on the poll. He don't know what I'm talking about. Good machine. See, he thinks I'm going there to bet the horses. I don't no. Look, what can I tell you? Woodbine racetrack. They're assuming it's only horses. And man, you talk about a place that's just raking in the dough. They got thoroughbreds in the afternoon, harness racing at night, slots 24/7. It's like a money machine, man. You and I should have a scam going like that. A money machine. They're just sucking in the money. WQAM, hello.
Taylor grabs the ball, scoops.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, the fat guy on you, bastard!
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
on your ratings, how do you do between boys 12 and 16?
WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, have you heard the new song that goes bing, 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 bing?
WQAM, hello.
Ruhi, you want to play basketball after you leave line 3?
WQAM, hello.
Oh, yes. I'm one of the 4 people that voted that they call a radio station and have nothing to say.
Mm-hmm. You're it.
Yep.
Could have fooled me. Not. WQAM, hello. QAM, hola.
Hello, Neil. Great.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Good.
Listen, I'm enjoying your show very much today. But I just wanted to let you know something. I had sent you a letter fact by fact, a couple months ago, and you may not remember it, but I had said that I had was finding it difficult to listen to your show because it had become so sanitized, which I recognized wasn't your fault. And I ended up sending the same letter to Jolly Bell Rogers, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Joe Bell. And I
Joe Bell Rogers, yeah.
sent a copy across the state. And I guess they evaporated in the mail or were stolen because the SOBs that run the operation never even responded. Thank you for your go up a rope, whatever. They just disregarded what I had to say.
Because they don't care. They're not interested in what you have to say.
They don't care. But it's so ridiculous because you didn't expose your boob on TV or anything like that. And once you did, if people don't like, they could turn off the channel. And it just annoys me because
but let me ask you something. Why are you venting all of this to me? As if I don't know these things?
I know you know, but I just want maybe somebody will hear one of your listeners on the air. Maybe
they don't care. Don't you understand? This company doesn't care. When are you going to get it through your thick skull, sir? They don't care. They're not going to read your letter. They don't care what I think. They don't care what George thinks. They sure don't care what Chris thinks. They don't care. They screwed it up, and now they're going to fix it. Not. They put Pharrell on the air. They put Stern on the air right after they damn near lost their license with Pharrell, which was an act of lunacy. I mean, I could go through the whole litany of things again, but it's too depressing. I'm in a really good mood today, so screw off. That's the South Florida way, man. We're in a euphoric state, and believe me, that ain't the state of Florida. There's your boy Bubba, my boy.
And direct under fire.
Boy, we sure miss him, man. With or without the blue dress, we sure miss him. God.
Under 2 hours!
There was an old farmer who lived on a rock. He sat in the meadow just shaking his fist at some boys who were down by the creek. Their feet in the water, their hands on their marbles and playthings, and at 4:30 there came a young lady. She looked like a pretty young creature. She sat on the grass. She pulled up her dress and she showed them her ruffles and laces and white fluffy duck. She said she was learning a new way to bring up her children so they would not spit, while the boys in the barnyard were shoveling refuse and litter from yesterday's hunt, while the girl in the meadow was rubbing her eyes at the fellow down by the dock. He looked like a man with a sizable home in the country with a big fence out front. If he asked her politely, she'd show him her little pet dog who was subject to fits, and maybe she'd let him grab hold of her small tender hands with a movement so quick, and then she'd bend over and suck on his candy so tasty made of butterscotch, and then he spread whipped cream all over her cookies that she had left out on her shelf. If you think this is dirty, you can go yourself.
102 at 560 WQAM. Boy, just a little shade of memory here today of what this show used to be and what we used to do and what we used to say and play and et cetera. All of these things. See, that's another thing that the current regime, this guy, he seems to be oblivious to, or maybe he just pretends, or he's just maybe stupid, you know. Jolly Joe.
About what?
About the fact that once upon a time, it was a totally different show. It was a totally different world. Yeah. It was a totally different broadcast world, a different universe. Now it's like, absolutely, everything is censored. And we can take, of course, CBS with the Imus thing. They got burned with the Janet Jackson and Justin Tinkerbell. They got burned at the Super Bowl and fined $500,000 or whatever it is. And then they got threatened with losing all their licenses and all the other stuff, and with Stern and yada yada. And so now they pee in their pants over everything. That's why Imus got canned. And now you know what? Now they're going to lose $120 million because he's going to win a lawsuit. You'll see.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to get $120 million. He's going to win that lawsuit. I'm telling you. 337 votes on the poll. Chris is mighty impressed, especially now that he's gazunt and pooping and got a full stomach from a big melting pot lunch today. Am I right?
Yes.
I am the owner of an overactive 337 vote, which means we got 1337 altogether. Oh, that's cheating, putting those two together. Too bad. Too stinking bad. Oh, look at this. Sean has got a poll here. I like that. That's an excellent poll. And also some comments, which we'll get to momentarily. I'm the owner of an overactive sex drive, 71, craving for food, 60, nothing overactive with me, 47. Yeah, likely story. That's like saying I'm perfect. You know, I got no nothing. You believe that?
No.
No. Fart maker, 38, bladder, 28, imagination, 25, bowels, 7, bowels, 18. Bowels just moved up again. Mental disorder, 11, sweat glands, 10. Oh, let's talk about the Queen and her. No, let's not. You got all uptight about that.
I was just afraid.
Afraid of what?
Well, that you would sully my impression of her.
Nasty old bitch. Paranoia, 9. Nervous system, 9. Thirst, 5. Impulse to call radio talk shows but nothing to say, 5. I guess that one I called a minute ago voted twice. Hypochondria, 2. And thyroid still has got the big...
Oh, rock solid.
Yeah, you got a rock solid thyroid. Out of 343. So we're inching there. We'll easily get to 1,400. That puts a real feather in my cap. Not.
All right.
So this is what Sean has to say. For a 2-horse race, the Derby was pretty good the other day. I admire jockey Calvin Burrell's dedication, but taking your teeth out to make the weight is a bit extreme. Yeah, good point, Sean. He didn't look a day over 100. Hey, I was happy for the old coot, you know. If it couldn't have been one of the really hot young jockeys like Javier Castellano. Hey, Javier. Then let's have the old coot win it. And he did. Also, says Sean, I have no grudge against the other poll guys. I'm okay with anyone who contributes to the show. My diecharlieb.com website notwithstanding. That's cute. diecharlieb.com. That's cute. Not hysterical, although, you know, I'm in a laughing mood today. Probably after I leave Woodbine, I'll be crying. Now, what does that you mean you got a good machine there? I don't know what that means. I accidentally saw R. Emmett Terrell of the American Spectator on C-SPAN hawking his Scaife-funded book. I never saw or heard him before, but he's a serious classic. Is he a serious... I don't know who that is. Do you?
Who?
It says, is he a serious closet case or what? R. Emmett Terrell. I don't know who that is.
Never heard of him.
What a fairy, it says. I think the cameraman deliberately took wide shots that showed Terrell's very feminine socks. I never saw a straight, non-Cuban with socks like that before. The Cuban guys wear funny socks?
Yes.
Plus his lisp makes Truman Capote sound like Barry White. Come on, Emmett. It didn't take Boo Radley this long to come out. And there's a pull here. All right. Nice going, Sean. You're really redeeming yourself. Now, what do we got here? Another fax that says, hey, George, I tried calling in the show not too long ago, but couldn't get through. I just wanted to let you know that you aren't the only person in the world who likes Spidey 3. I thought it was excellent. This coming from somebody who's read Spidey all his life, too, and I'm planning on seeing it again.
I'd see it again.
That's it. Says Marcos. Thank you, Marcos. Muchas gracias, Marcos.
They crammed a lot of crap into it. People said it was busy, that there were too many characters and this and that, but I thought it was just fine.
I'll wait, and then I'll pass. I'm sure I'm going to like it.
I'm looking for your pirated copy.
I watched it. See, I was never a Spider-Man fan in the comic books. I never read Spider-Man.
I didn't buy them. I read other people's, you know.
I read, you know what I liked? Plastic Man.
No problem with that. I like Plastic Man.
Did they ever make a Plastic Man movie? I guess they must have.
No.
They didn't?
No. Not
yet. Positive? Google it.
Trust me.
IMDb it.
No.
Why not?
Because I know.
You know they never made a Plastic Man movie?
I know they never made a Plastic Man movie.
Based on what?
Based on I haven't seen it.
Oh, I got a headache. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. You must have gone overboard with the pot. WQAM, hello.
I'll turn it down.
QAM.
Hello, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was watching this very interesting documentary the other day about the 9/11 attacks.
Yeah.
They were saying that I mean, a lot of it is very damaging, I guess, to the government. I mean, there was obvious cover up,
right.
And but there's some things that they say that I just think is bull. I mean, they say that a missile came out of the planes before the towers. They say that a plane didn't hit the Pentagon, but most of the witnesses say that a plane did hit the Pentagon. But if they would just stick to the most damaging things to the case, like, you know, what hit. You know, no plane hit.
You know what it's like? It's like who killed JFK. It's like all of these things. We'll never know the truth. That's what the government does best. They cover things up. They do it. They may be inept in every other respect, but when it comes to covering things up, they do a fabulous job.
Great job at that. Well, I got news for you. If Hillary Clinton becomes the president of Sirius, we're in serious trouble.
Amen.
All right.
See you, Pally.
Bye.
He's serious. Oh, speaking of the next president, White House hopeful Barack Obama yesterday rebuked giant U.S. automakers over gas-guzzling cars, warning they had themselves to blame for current woes after racing to build bigger, faster vehicles. The Democratic senator traveled to the industry heartland in Detroit to warn America could no longer sustain bloated energy consumption, unveiling a plan to encourage auto companies to build more fuel-efficient cars. By the way, the new Corvette gets 28 miles a gallon. I just thought I'd mention that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, my Vets get fine mileage. I have no problem. It's not. Most people probably think that Corvettes are gas guzzlers.
Right.
They are not.
Okay.
The auto industry's refusal to act for a long time has left it mired in a predicament for which there's no easy way out, Obama said. But expensive to do is no longer an excuse for failure to do, he said, becoming the latest presidential candidate to call for energy policy reform. Oil dependency corrupts emerging democracies, jeopardized U.S. security, and harms the planet, Obama said, vying with Senator Hillary Clinton from Lesbian on for toppling the Democratic White House field. For the sake of our security, our economy, our jobs, and our planet, the age of oil must end in our time, Obama told the Detroit Economic Club, also noting that Auto Workers Union has also resisted change. For years, while foreign competitors were investing in more fuel-efficient technology for their vehicles, American automakers were spending much of their time investing in bigger, faster cars. The result was, he said, while U.S. cars typically average around 27.5 miles a gallon, Japanese vehicles had surpassed American standards an average of 45 miles to the gallon. He pledged to strike a bargain with auto manufacturers by offering tax incentives to help them upgrade plants to produce more fuel-efficient vehicles and help defray health care costs for workers if firms invested in new-age technology. And at the same time, I'm passing that along to you. With gas prices near record highs, experts say, thank you, Mr. President, for these low gas prices, by the way. Experts say $4 a gallon gasoline is just around the corner.
Oh, my God.
I think it's going to happen, said Phil Flynn, senior market analyst at Alaron Trading in Chicago. Unless things change dramatically, he'd be saying, I think we're going to see $4 a gallon.
Oh, my God.
Already prices in California average $3.48 a gallon, according to the motorist organization AAA, and one service station in San Francisco is charging $3.95, according to GasBuddy.com, a handy site that lists the cheapest, most expensive gas stations by city and state across the country. GasBuddy.com. Refinery problems and strong demand are the two main reasons cited for the run-up. Prices hit a record high of $3.07 a gallon, according to the Lundberg survey released Sunday. Refinery output in the U.S. has been below normal for several months now, and after fires and accidents combined with longer-than-normal maintenance shutdowns, hurting production. Peter Butel, an oil analyst at consulting firm Cameron Hanover, noted in a recent report that refineries haven't operated above 95% capacity before Hurricanes Rita and Katrina in 2005. Before 2005, the refineries clustered around the Gulf Coast and badly damaged in the storms routinely operated over 95% capacity. Flynn said gasoline stocks have fallen for the past 12 weeks straight and are now at their lowest level for this time of the year since 1956. This all comes just as the nation gears up for the summer driving season, spurred by vacationing families and students out of school. How do you like that? $4 a gallon, baby. So if you got an 18-gallon tank, that's only $72 to fill her up.
A bargain.
Wow. What a deal. That means you can drive to work every day and at home. Is that pathetic or what?
Thank you, Mr. President, for those low gas prices.
You know, I'd like to find that kid. Remember that call? How can we ever forget it? A real punk. A real smart-ass, right-wing, self-hating fag punk. After the Iraq attack, you know, like we're going to have all the, we're going to get all the Iraqi oil, and gas is going to be $1.50 a gallon, all this other crap. Right. Even over there, they can't get. You see them standing online. Plus, they're dying like flies. But other than that, his heart is very heavy about those poor people in Kansas. His heart is heavy. His heart ain't so heavy about all those dead people, the 3,300 American troops in Iraq, and the hundreds of thousands of Iraqi people. It's not so heavy. And, of course, if you look at Laura Bush in that picture, you can see she's holding a heavy load. Wow. Man. 365 on this poll, which means a total of 13. Chris is confident that we're going to get to 14, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, I try to put that, give you something, a little something, and give you credit for it.
Why, thank you.
$367. $1367. Our goal is $1,400. After which I'm going to Woodbine and find a good horse.
How young is too young?
Blame it on my childhood. My lawyer says it's worked quite well for some.
You fairy.
'Cause I've been looking around for an excuse to explain my quirks. You can't recognize me. My doctors have bleached out my ethnicity, and I keep children around, and they sleep inside my bed. People say that I am gay. That is why I married Lisa Marie.
Absolutely.
It's way too late to compensate with this song that's really bad. Blame it on my childhood and all of those toys that I never had. The only G.I. Joe in my life was my drunk and abusive dad. Before you judge me and call me freaky, let me whine and pout and say, I blame it on my childhood.
120 at 560 WQAM. Yeah, we've decided on this show, urged by George especially, screw you, Joyce. We're going to play it all, okay? We're playing it all. We're letting it all hang out. Am I right?
I'll see you on the next station.
Oh, brother. Oh, only the Beasleys could find a bitch like that, you know? 20 past 1 at 560 WQAM. I bet you when she farts, all of Naples, starts swooning.
I imagine.
Broward Circuit Judge Lawrence Corda, the judge spotted by police smoking marijuana under a tree, C-I-T-T, how do you spell that? S-I-T-T-I-N-G, in a public park, apologized for his actions in court yesterday morning. He might get Soros. Wearing a dark pinstripe suit and a yellow striped tie, Corda, 49, faced Judge Nelson Bailey and read a public apology. Corda, who briefly heard arguments in cases involving, I don't care about Ann and Nicole, I'm tired of that. Must do 25 hours of community service, has already finished a drug and alcohol course, said he knows he may face additional sanctions from the Judicial Qualifications Commission. Why is it every time we hear about any story, he heard arguments in the end, I'm tired of Anna Nicole, I'm tired of her dead kid, I'm tired of her, I'm tired of the baby that's still alive, I'm tired of Howard Stern, the fake one, all this stuff. Although I make no excuse for my actions, I've attempted to demonstrate my sincere contrition, remorse, and acceptance of responsibility by taking a voluntary leave of absence from my judicial duties until this matter is resolved before the Judicial Qualifications Committee. He read from the apology, and he said, anybody got a
what? A joint?
Anybody got a light? Court had ended the plea of not guilty of his arraignment last week. This business in America with it, I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of this juvenile attitude, man. There's murderers that, serve like a couple of years of a sentence and get turned back out on the street, and child molesters and all this other stuff. But, if you got a little bit of pot, if you got a pin joint, like Clarence freaking Token Thomas, then, that crap. Phony baloney, man. Yeah, toke on this. You faker, you. Hypocrite. As long as court successfully completes the conditions, including random monthly drug test, 25 hours of community service in the next 6 months, the charges will be dropped. This tends to exceed the punishment that would normally be imposed, his attorney Michael Dutko told the judge, in an extreme sanction for a first-time offender. The hearing was over in about 10 minutes, and court left with Dutko to go smoke a big fat one, I'm sure. I mean, what is the big deal with this? He was charged with a first-degree misdemeanor after Hollywood police say they saw him smoking marijuana at a park in March. At the time, Corda was given a citation and notice to appear in court. We caught you smoking a fat one. Nah, 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 nah. Police state, baby. That's what it's all about. It's a freaking police state. Sign America. In fact, isn't that under the Christmas stuff? Police got my pod.
Yes, it is.
It is?
It's somewhere.
It's under Xmas. Hey, you better get with it, mister. You'd let me down on that Peyton Manning thing. That's just because it's a Bob and Tom bit. We don't have it. Although they probably would give it to us, you know. They love us. They love me. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's a Christmas bit, for Christ's sake. 384 on the poll. We got 1384 total today. And we're kicking ass. There you go. That's good enough. That's enough. We're kicking ass our own, of course, and that's because Fat Ass Joe, he's into big kicking ass. He doesn't get it. He thinks he understands the show. He thinks he knows something about it. He hasn't got a clue. What we do, what we used to do, what we can't do no more. And it's the typical radio way. Hey, go on there and make magic for us, you know. Don't do this, and don't do that, and certainly don't say this, and don't play that, you know.
Don't do anything, but...
Don't do much of anything. But get us a big number in there. We know you're going to have a big, humongous April. Right. Sure we are. Wait till you hear this next story as soon as I refresh this baby. Because I want to see when we get to that 1400, and you'll see it's still 384. That's not good. We need 16 more votes to get to 400 on the second poll. Maybe if I read the thing, but I'm not going to. Goldman's may bid on O.J.'s If I Did It book. The family of murder victim Ron Goldman hopes a federal bankruptcy judge in Florida will clear the way for them to bid on the rights to O.J. Simpson's canceled If I Did It book so they can publish their own version, a Goldman attorney said yesterday. Our realistic quest is to acquire the book rights. Ultimately, we package them and put it out commercially, said the lawyer David Cook. Confessions of a Double Murderer is the working title. How do you like that? I like that a lot better than If I Done It, or whatever it was. Confessions of a Double Murderer.
Oh, man.
Simpson, who lives in Kendall, has maintained his innocence since 95, bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-bop. The Goldman family, however, won a 97 wrongful death judgment against Simpson that's now grown to about $38 million. In the Florida bankruptcy case, the Goldmans claimed that an entity called Lorraine Brook Associates was essentially a shell company used to negotiate the If I Did book deal between Simpson and HarperCollins. The project, which was also envisioned a Simpson television interview on Fox, was canceled in November amid intense public outcry. They were shrieking and screaming and given a big shry, and rightfully so. The book was billed as a speculative tale about how the murders might have occurred, but Simpson said in later interviews it was mostly about his relationship with his wife. You know, the one that he beat the crap out of? And killed. Cook said there were about 10 completed chapters, including one with gruesome details about the purported murders. Documents filed in the case show that LBA was controlled by Simpson's children and include a letter from Simpson to HarperCollins acknowledging that LBA has the right to enter the agreement and bind me personally the terms of the book deal. HarperCollins acknowledged paying Simpson about $880,000 for the book, but Cook said the Goldman family isn't interested in trying to get that money. Instead, he said the goal is for the book rights controlled by LBA to be auctioned and for the Goldmans to place the winning bid, then write their own version. The truth, in other words.
Oh, man.
Every choice we have now is bad. This is the least horrific, Cook said. Money is justice. And for justice, we go see you-know-who. First, U.S. bankruptcy judge H.J. Crystal must agree that Fred Goldman, Ron Goldman's father, has any claim on LBA assets. A judge in California has ruled that LBA was a surrogate for Simpson, but the issue is still pending in the Florida bankruptcy proceeding.
Oh, man.
At a hearing yesterday, Crystal did rule that Simpson's oldest daughter, Arnell, must give a deposition in the case, and that LBA must turn over detailed financial documents to a court-appointed trustee and Goldman's lawyers. The attorney representing LBA, Kendrick Whittle, didn't appear at the hearing, didn't return a telephone call seeking comment. About 15 minutes before the hearing was to start, Whittle filed an emergency notice for a delay. Crystal ordered Whittle to remain in contact with the other lawyers in the case, who complained yesterday that he's been virtually unreachable by phone. That order, Crystal said, should be hand-delivered to Whittle's office. It's certainly not proceeding in a professional and civil manner, Crystal said of Whittle's actions. Neither Simpson or any Goldman family members appeared at yesterday's hearing.
Lock him away. Yes. For I recall the day, homicide, a Bronco ride, and he won't confess. I don't care what they say, 'cause O.J. murdered her wearing gloves. It happened so soon, on the 12th of June, and O.J. ran away from that bloody mess. I don't care what they say, 'cause O.J. murdered her wearing gloves.
Oh my God.
I have waited quite a while, but I see he's still on trial. It goes on and never ends. As it does, I know that O.J. murdered them. Lock him up, please, and throw away the keys. It's a game, all the claims of his innocence. I don't care what they say, 'cause O.J. murdered her wearing gloves. I don't care what they say, 'cause O.J. murdered her wearing gloves.
Are you sure? Absolutely.
We did it, Chris. We got 408. I'm having a little bit of a little lunch here, a little salami and some Swiss cheese. Not Kraft, by the way.
Good.
To please you. Well, if you had all that fondue from the melting pot, why can't I have a little something?
Well, no cheese this time, remember? But yes.
What do you mean?
We just had the meat, if you recall.
Well, I got my meat and cheese. How do you like that?
Nothing wrong with that. Nanner.
Yeah. Pretty good, too. Got my Mastro Genoa salami. Salami de Genis in French.
Yeah.
Sans lactose. Sans lactose. How could salami have lactose in it anyway?
You'd be surprised.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, they put lactose in all kinds of things, I imagine.
Oh, fair. And I got my cheese slices, which are just loaded with lactose. I'm not lactose intolerant because if I was, I'd be dead.
Right.
I just love cheese. I don't think there could be anybody in the world who loves cheese more than I do. All kinds of cheeses.
Jesus
that
Christ.
Asiago, man. If anybody ever had anything as good as that, a piece of Asiago cheese. And you remember what that guy said in The Godfather? Jack Waltz.
She was beautiful. She was young. She was innocent. She was the greatest piece of ass I ever had, and I've had them all over the world.
Oh! That's what he said. That was just before he found the horse's head in his bed. Piece of horse. Boy, this is really good. See, this is excellent because now this is my lunch. I had my bacon for breakfast. This is my lunch. Then I'll go to Woodbine and lose my lunch. What are you going to do with it? Going to find a good machine? You know, seriously, between a guy, I don't know which was better. That guy or the guy who said yesterday he saw the president of Sirius on the TV.
No, that guy, the serious guy.
The serious guy, meaning Syria. Syria. Serious.
Yeah, he was serious.
And that's the best part of it is he was serious. He's an idiot. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing, Pally?
Okay, sir.
Hey, Neil, that beat that you just played, the real song, it was two guys, wasn't it? What was the name of the group? Do you remember?
Peter and Gordon, World Without Love.
I heard something that the Beatles wrote that song, and they actually gave it to them. Is that
That is correct. That is absolutely correct, sir, man. You got your thumb right on it.
All right, sir. You have a good day, all right?
Capitol Records, too, by the way. Peter and Gordon, A World Without Love. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I played that on here when I was a disc jerky. Now I'm just a jerky. I'm not answering that line 9, by the way. In fact, I may never answer it again. I should probably give that number out. You know what? I don't even know what that number is. That's the toll-free number? You know what it is?
Yeah, 877.
Well, wait a minute.
Let me bet you
Oh. Huh?
I'll stop.
Look what I just did. This thing's been sitting there so nicely for 5 years.
Did you just mung?
No, I just pulled the thing off there and I ripped the page. It's okay. 1-877
785 6345.
Well, who the hell would remember a number like that?
Not me. That's why I read it off a Post-it note.
Oh. Let me tape that back on there again. This is not good, man. I don't like the way that came out. Bastard. Anyway, 1-877-785-6345, because on line 9, that's the toll-free line, like if you're in Palm Beach, or you're like in Chicago, or in Canandaigua, New York, or somewhere like that, because all we get now on line 9 is this. That's all we get.
What a surprise.
Oh, yeah, what a shock. That's why I punched it up, because there is no doubt. That's what we get. Hi, Rosa, hi. Doing a heck of a job on that, Jolly Joe. Let me tell you, you and your Sherlock Holmes crowd and the whole
Why don't you go screening?
Yeah, let's screen this, okay? Screen this. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, do you know how the gay channel upstairs? They got a gay...
WQAM, hello.
Hey, did you know 50s actor Johnny Zamora? 50s Western? The Zammer?
Ronnie Zamora.
Johnny Zamora.
Ronnie Zamora. He just got out, Ronnie Zamora. WQAM, hello. Nice going, Ellis.
Man, can you believe it's May 8th and already the first huge tropical storm is on its way to Florida?
It is?
Yeah.
When is that?
It's off the coast of Georgia and Jacksonville, Florida right now. Go to Weather Underground.
Not to South Florida.
It's huge.
Not to South Florida, sir.
It's on its way.
Yeah, you're on your way, okay? You're on your way to a mental institution. It's on its way. What is that man talking about? Do you have any idea?
Nope.
Let me look at the radar. Better not mess with our ball game Thursday, I'll tell you that.
Oh, boy.
I already looked it up. We're safe. Don't sweat it.
Good.
Miami radar, okay? Radar image from Miami from the National... Who's the director now? Oh, look at that. There's some spotty crap around. Look at that. That's all ground clutter. There's no rain. Is it raining? No. And you wouldn't know anyway.
Right.
Let me hit the loop. The loop-de-loop. Oh, yeah, there is some crap. Some showers off in the Everglades and to the west. And, I don't know if that's real rain or not. I guess South Dade. It's raining over there. Well, what the hell's that all about? It's not supposed to be raining. Don't tell me the weather forecast is screwed up. We can't afford any rain on Thursday. Let me just tell you right now, if there's any problem with that game on Thursday,
it'll
you're
be
on.
Chris's fault. Chris is on? Is that what you said?
Both of you guys, you're on. It's the George and Chris show.
Great.
You can get, what's his name? You can get your boyfriend in there.
Who's that?
Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Darrow. WQAM, hello.
Don't tell me you're reading.
WQAM, hello. QAM, hola.
Ruth, you want to play basketball when we leave?
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yeah.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay, sir.
I'd like to give a shout out to everybody working on Walker Graphics.
Yeah, shout this. WQAM, shout it out. QAM, hello.
Yeah, I'm holding for DJ Lab.
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yeah. That's it. That was the call. I knew it was a call. I thought maybe he just might, but that was it. He shot all his energy. He shot his, Oh, sorry, Joyce. Bolt. WQAM, hello.
Not rain, it's cheese and pee-pee-in.
20 till 2 at 560 WQAM. We got the Mad Dog coming at 2. We got the Humper coming at 4. We're trying to start a campaign to see if we can't keep Hank alive. At least for the rest of the Triple Crown, anyway. Weren't you the one who was telling me he looked like puffed up like a bufo toad or something on the ESPN?
An email that you got.
I know what it was. You're so touchy today, man. First about the Queen.
Oh, look, I got enough problems in this place without you, making stuff up.
Just relax. Relax. We're having a fun Tuesday here, man.
Poisoning my relationship with Hank.
Oh, God. From the makers of Nanny 911 and Super Nanny comes a Hollywood twist on this show entitled Celebrity Nanny. Join us in episode 1 as we bring in Alec Baldwin.
And I'm going to straighten your ass out.
That's exactly what he's going to do to this suburban couple's little girl with his somewhat controversial nannying style of calling the child names.
You are a rude, thoughtless little pig.
Watch as Alec plays board games with the little girl, then acts like a really sore loser when she wins all the time.
You've made me feel like and you've made me feel like a fool over and over and over again.
Alec takes losing board games very personally.
You have insulted me for the last time.
As he then refuses to play anymore.
I'm tired of playing this damn game with you.
Alec tells the girl that he would play other games with her, except there's just one little problem.
You don't have the brains or the decency as a human being.
Is yelling at a child like this inappropriate? Alec sure doesn't think so.
I don't give a damn that you're 12 years old or 11 years old or that you're a child.
It's the most interesting style of nannying ever.
I'm going to really make sure you get what a rude little pig you really are.
Join Alec Baldwin as our very first ever celebrity nanny.
I've made an ass of myself.
Yes, you have.
147, and who cares, I'm so sick and tired. That's why I played that, because everybody's all whipped up about that. It's either Anna Nicole or it's Alec Baldwin. Only Kim Jong-il should care about Alec Baldwin. Because he's got him, and he don't know what to do with him. 434, Chris, 1,434 today, total. See, Chris doesn't like it because it's two different polls.
I have no problem with that.
Well, good. Oh, bad news. A bearded Arctic seal captured yesterday in the Tarpon River in Fort Lauderdale died late this morning at SeaWorld in Orlando.
He died.
So we all sit around and say Kaddish for the seal. You know why he died? Well, I'll get to this in a second.
I like cottage cheese.
The 6-foot, 300-pound bearded seal was between 200 and 300 pounds underweight and severely dehydrated, though veterinarians won't know if the animal had an underlying disease as well until a necropsy is done later today. Last night it was very depressed, and we saw more of that this morning, said Chris Dole, a staff vet at the park. Unfortunately, the animal became even more unresponsive, and we had to try to resuscitate him, but we could not. It became depressed. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it started out in wherever the hell it was, and it wound up in South Florida. Wouldn't you be depressed?
Sure.
And it said,
I'm dying over here.
The seal arrived in Orlando last night in the hopes he could be rehabilitated for a return to the wild, but he died. Wildlife officials rescued the seal in Fort Lauderdale's Tarpon River Monday, thousands of miles from its icy home waters. Yeah, if you started out in the Arctic and you wound up in Fort Lauderdale, oh, geez, I'd be depressed. Rescuers captured the seal, which had bumps and bruises, but didn't appear to have any major trauma in the late afternoon. Dole said the mammal's feeding patterns were most likely off because he was so far from his natural element. The seal would have gotten most of his hydration from his food, foraging for crustaceans and bottom-feeding fish. Being out of his natural element, being dehydrated, I think the animal was just too far gone, Dole said. The seal appears to have been the proper length for an adult male. It goes on and on and on and on, and that's what we care about in Florida. We don't care about people too much, but we care about manatees and bearded, whatever this thing was. What was it, a bearded seal?
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's sad. You know, I'm an animal lover, but never really big on bearded seals, were you?
I didn't know they had them.
Well, I didn't either, up until today. We finally found one and now he's dead. And you want to know why? Because why do you go to South Florida?
To die.
That's right. That's why he showed up there. See, they're acting like it's some big mystery. That's why every creature goes to South Florida to die. Now, if you actually started off there, obviously you want to get out before that happens. Get out. 438 votes on the poll. Let's take a look at what we got here. I am the owner of an overactive blank. Sex drive, 96. Oh, that's pulling away. Sex drive is moving into the lead. Craving for food, 75. Nothing overactive with me, 63. Right, we believe you. Not. Fart maker, 49. See, now, it's kind of interesting because what is the appropriate fart maker? Well, what's the right level?
I don't know. Once
in
a while,
5 a day, 20 a day.
Yeah, a couple 3. I mean, around people.
Real good rippers in the morning in the
bathroom. Cut them all the time, and it wouldn't be a problem if you weren't around people.
Imagination 38, bladder 34, bowels 19. Oh, by the way, send that bag to that guy that called before Mo left the bag behind. It's got a nice long
tube.
Bowels 19. I wonder if the Queen voted on this yet. I bet you she's got overactive bowels. Can you imagine all the big the royal dinners
there you
that
go.
they have?
There you go.
I know, I can't stop. Sweat glands 15, mental disorder 13. Speaking of the Queen, paranoia 12, nervous system 10. Impulse to call radio talk shows with nothing to say 7. Oh, I think that number ought to be a little bit higher. Thirst 6, hypochondria 2, and thyroid still out of 439 votes has got the big.
Oh!
Nobody, even the fattest of cows aren't using that as an excuse anymore. Even being fat most of my life, I used to laugh at people. They'd have these TV shows, like Geraldo TV shows, where they'd bring on the 400-pound guy or woman. Oh, well, I've got an overactive thyroid. Yeah, right. As long as I live, I'll never forget the show where Geraldo they showed the guy that weighed like 600 or 700 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And he was surrounded by his fat family.
Ooh.
And they all kept bringing food. He couldn't get out of bed. They had to physically remove him from the bed through a crane through the roof in the house. That's a true story. They had to remove him with a crane.
Yeah.
They couldn't get him out the dough. And they showed all these people sitting around his bedside crying while they were eating.
Yeah.
Like in Fatso,
It'll
they're
make
all
you feel
sitting
better,
around.
right?
That's right. Just like when Don takes the little piece of bread and he dunks it in the sauce, in the spaghetti sauce, and he dips it in the Parmesan cheese and he takes a little bite, and he's been crying about his dead cousin and they went to the wake or whatever the hell it is, and all of a sudden it's like, all of a sudden he feels pretty good. He's got a big smile on his puss. Hey, Dom.
You fairy.
That's a good movie. If you haven't seen Fatso, you got to go see that after you're finished watching Standing in the Shadows of a Motown.
Yeah.
I guess I got to go. Well, you're going to send me the copy. How long before Spider-Man 3?
I'm looking.
Already?
See it.
Oh, man. You don't waste any time, I'll tell you that. Let's go back to the previous poll we had today about stealing movies and stuff.
I spend much more money on media than I would ever take.
Exactly. And, of course, the kind of money you're making, any money that you spend, man, is really like a gift.
For every one I take, I buy 2 or 3, so...
You know what Joey Zaza says? You don't want to give? I'll take. It's that 5-finger deal again.
Miami town. Oh! At 560 WQAM.
Life can get convoluted in a lot of different ways, and I want to thank my guest today. Now, you're the one who was betrayed.
Yes.
And you're the partner who strayed from your relationship.
Of course.
And how many times have you been with another woman since you've been married?
More than 1,000.
What?
Okay, why?
Hillary was a great ride, but not good enough.
So how does that make you feel?
Very, very ugly.
She says he started gagging at the side of her body. Flabby stomach, sagging chest, stretch marks.
She was a pig.
Hey. She spent $20,000 on plastic surgery, hoping her husband would only have eyes for her.
Yes.
But she says it wasn't enough to keep him faithful.
No.
Because you've cheated since the surgery, right?
I couldn't stop.
Now, this woman that you were with Monday night?
This was 3 women.
3. All at one time?
Of course.
Okay.
I never wanted that night to end.
Are you listening to this?
Yeah.
Now, you got a serious decision to make. He believes he should be allowed to cheat when he gets bored. You need to get a divorce and move on. Are you willing to do that, are you?
Absolutely not.
Can you understand he was with somebody Monday night?
You bet I did.
Hillary was all for it.
In fact, I procured women for Bill.
I was so proud of her.
Okay. I mean, are you cool with it?
Yes.
If not, I would be gone.
Bye, bye, bye!